Uncharted stream.
Yes, you do, actually.
Just further proof I don't actually pay attention to what time it is.
Sometimes peaceful mountain lions just happen. It's unavoidable.
No, the peaceful mountain lions were just my inability to read. Okay, any guesses for what the saber is going to be before I even look at my message from bio? Because that's come through.
It's not going to be a saber.
It's definitely, well, oh, you mean it's not going to be a saber type?
Correct.
Okay, what Artoria do you think we're getting?
Well, there's only really one Artoria.
Ugh. Bio, this is what I live with, constantly. Okay, I need to finish detangling my headphones and then I can actually look at what it is. That's my headphones detangled. Alright, let's see what we got.
Yeah, real detangled.
I mean, better than it was. Okay, let's see, what do we have? Oh, no Artoria yet, just cat.
Maybe the cats are the Artoria. Yantoria.
Oh, pretty kitty.
Artorian Yan.
That's a sleepy kitty. Such. Oh my gosh, look! He's so cute! Alright, Artoria. But now, in addition to being a Starbucks-addicted Sith Lord from an alternate universe, she's also become a famous J-pop idol to save the world from a bird with trust issues.
Yeah, that's one of the two that I said was a possibility from last week. That's Mixa. Yeah, Mixa. Mysterious heroine... Mysterious idol heroine ex-alter.
Yeah, you know how you know that the names in that game are getting too long? You have to abbreviate all of them.
Yeah, that's from the same event that gave us a whole bunch of very nice costumes for people like this fancy one for Nighty Chris, for instance. Or the objectively best outfit for Maeve. Where she's just chilling and doesn't look like a fucking dominatrix prison warden.
I suppose I should pick up the controller so that we can die.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to die if you don't pick up the controller.
Alright.
So anyway, time to speedrun our death.
Time to try and kill Ryder.
What's the worst that could happen?
Lots of things.
I mean, I have no chance of winning against a servant.
Did you do this?
Do what?
This. Because it's named Punch Lady.
It was not me, no.
I kind of love it.
It could be. So you have to remember in the newer Pokemons, you can also rename traded Mons.
That's fair. But
I'm gonna go ahead and guess it was possibly Gil, because Gil's the one that plays like 1 billion hours of Pokemon at all times.
I just love that its name is Punch Lady. No chance of winning against a servant.
Yeah, we've been
No
over that
shit.
already. If I fight, I'm dead.
Uh-huh, we know this too.
Yep. The only thing I can do is beat Shinji to force Ryder to retreat. Or you could just not fight them at all and wait for your servant to get here. Or summon them.
He renamed it to go with the other one that he got.
I kick off the hallway floor, refusing to let Ryder intimidate me. Six more meters to Shinji. If I can just slip by Ryder, I can get to Shinji, who is 6 meters away, past Ryder, who I need to get past to get to Shinji 6 meters from me. The servant in black, that being Ryder, blocks my way to 6 meters ahead where Shinji is. I focus my concentration and brace to meet her every strike. I aim to the left. Her left fist twitches the slightest bit, letting me avoid the first blow. I try slipping through the opening between Ryder and the wall so I can charge at Shinji, who is now less than 6 meters away. Ryder vanishes. Hooray! My path to Shinji is open! Never mind, my plan goes up in smoke. The path is wide open before me, and Ryder is nowhere to be seen.
Wouldn't that be a good thing?
This is bad.
I don't understand why you're calling this bad. Like,
oh shit, the enemy servant's gone. This is the worst thing.
right. Oh no, the person that could for sure kill me is gone. I mean, I'm sure his thinking is, I don't know where she is, which makes her more dangerous.
Yeah, but she's gone, so not a problem.
But...
Tally-ho, onwards. I have to stop. No, keep going. I screwed up. Saber kept warning me about this, but I just didn't get it.
no shit.
I shouldn't go forward.
Duh.
I shouldn't confront Ryder. Even if it's just a single blow, I shouldn't have even thought of dodging it. I feel something behind me. Ryder hangs from the ceiling behind me. Or she is, behind me. She slices through the back of my neck in a smooth crescent arc. Air hisses from my neck. Ryder's skills are truly beautiful. Generally, when you don't have a sightline on a person who could literally kill you in a second with zero effort whatsoever, that tends to be a bad thing.
Well, yeah, but what if she just retreated?
Yeah, what if she just wasn't here anymore? Maybe, I don't know, there was a nice bicycle outside she had to go ride or something. The move was so graceful, like caressing a daffodil. Whatever that is. A touch from her fingers, so delicate it would not make a single ripple in still water, plucks my life from me.
手慣れたもんだね。後ろから一突きなんてまるで標本だ。
加減はしてあります。この段階なら治療を施せばまだ助かると思いますが。
お前、何勝手に仕切ってんだよ。手加減しろなんて誰が言った？たく、サーバントのくせにご主人様に意見なんかしてんじゃない。
Blood flows from the wound in the back of my neck, and I can't breathe because of the hole in my neck, naturally. And my throat just rattles and wheezes, as one does when you have a hole in the back of your neck.
So genuinely, anytime I see or read the word wheezes, yes, it's the dog from Howl's Moving Castle. I love that you know where my brain goes on that. That it's just the wheezy dog.
Oh, naturally. What else would it be?
では、この少年を助ける気はないのですね。
Think carefully about your answer, Shinji.
だいたい僕は治療魔術なんて使えない。そいつはもう死ぬだけなんだから。いい加減楽にしてやれよ、ライダー。
了解しました。私の結界で蝕むのではなく、直接喉を潤すとしましょう。
I hear the heavy sound of chains approaching. Something lifts me up. She gazes toward my bloody neck.
How do you know she's wearing a blindfold?
The dark servant slowly parts her lips and sinks her teeth into my neck as if kissing it with teeth, as you do. My blood. She's sucking my blood. Ryder is drinking all the blood I have left, down to the very last drop. That's okay. I didn't need that anymore anyways. I begin to lose consciousness due to having no blood left.
But you're still gonna narrate.
It's not because I can't breathe and have a hole in my neck, it's because I have no more blood. Blood sucking is almost like euthanasia.
How would you know?
Because he's experiencing it currently. I feel no pain, and as if slowly dissolving in the spider's venom, I dead end. Even Ryder has to just sit there and go, wait, you actually wanted to just kill this kid? Wasn't he like your best friend or some point or something? Because everyone has more standards than Shinji. Yep. Alright. Onwards to Tiger Dojo number whatever the fuck this is. 4?
こんばんは即死大好きなあなたの味方
Four.
ヒットコーナータイガー道場です一番弟子のイリアで
Hey, Elia.
す本編もそろそろ中盤シローも戦う気になってくれてお姉ちゃん嬉しいなけどこの選択は困りものだぞちゃんとセイバーちゃんのアドバイスを聞いてたかな
Nope, not at all.
聞いてるわけないセイバーとかリンとかいちいち説明が多いんだもの私面倒だから修行シーンはスキップしてたわ
I'm dying all the time because Inu tells me I have to.
いててて申し訳ありませんちょっと嘘です
まったくいいよっぽどの窮地でない限りサーバントとの直接対決は避けること耐えていればチャンスはあるわ今は我慢に徹してしばらく相手の好きにさせるべし
わかりましたところで師匠道場に来るたびにスタンプをしてるけどこれって何なの
それはタイガースタンプよ集めるとそれなりにいい気分になり自分がどれだけシナリオをこなしたかがわかるいい目安ってところかなでそれを全部集めると
集めると
なんと画面が肉球でいっぱいになります怖っそんなわけなのであんまり無理して集めても責任は持てませんそれじゃあまた次のタイガー道場で待ってるよ
待ってるっす
So anyway, I guess it's not a battle. I retreat immediately. This isn't a good time to fight. I need to regroup and make Shinji stop the bounded field. You know, I've been thinking about it. Does Ilya sound at all familiar to you? Like the Japanese voice for it?
Yes, but I can't play Sly.
Well, I can name a few things immediately from like the start of her career. So she played a character named Mari Ishii in D.N. Angel. She played Mayu Yoshida in Ugly Yet Beautiful World.
Huh?
She played Hikaru Mito in Moon Phase.
Oh, jeez.
So
all of my early experiences with anime, pretty much.
She played Satomi Hakase in Negima. She was Hina Kamishiro in Oran High School Host Club. She was Miyuki Yanomoto in Melancholy Party Suzumiya. She was Ilya, obviously. So yeah, she's been in a bunch of shit you've seen over time. She's been in Infinite Stratos, but I don't think that helps you very much.
No.
She's in Strike Witches, but I don't think that helps you very much either. She's been in a bunch of the Atelier games, but again...
I've played a few of them.
Oh, have you?
Yep, I played Atelier Sophie and...
Nope, not in that one. She was in Rorona, Totori, Meru, and Lulua.
I played Lulua.
Okay, she was, Rorona in Lulua. She's in Heroes. She's Mur and Ishtar in Heroes in the Japanese version. That one doesn't help you. Neither does that. So yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff. But yeah, like a bunch of this shit you saw like really early on. It's like, yeah, no, she was just in there, hanging out, you know. She's also been in a bunch of hentai, if I remember right.
Let's see, Bio says, were you even listening to Saber's advice? To be fair, Taiga, the last time Artoria tried giving Shiro advice, it was to blindly charge forward into a needless suicide mission. Yeah, true.
Yeah, exactly.
Bio also says, something you tend to realize pretty quick when it comes to Fate VAs, Lil, is that they've been in fucking everything
you've ever seen. Yeah, I mean, Ayako Kawasumi, Saber's VA, has been in, like, fucking everything as well. I'm not sure what happened, but I retreat desperately. Fear makes everything in front of me appear completely white. Oh god, wow, really? Apparently Saber's VA is also like a super skilled pianist, to the point that she actually straight up played one of the, like, did the playing parts for some of the pianists in Nodame Tenkabile.
Really?
Yeah. And was also the voice of Nodame as well.
That anime has phenomenal.
And yes, it does. She was also Fu in Samurai Champloo. You know, the girl who gets kidnapped and almost raped every episode. As you do. I don't even know what I'm so scared of. Ryder. Without thinking, I throw an arm out to cover my neck.
And that's how Shiro lost a hand.
Oh no, wrong route. Something sharp buries itself in my arm. The dull sound of scraping bone tells me the next attack will end me.
And I'm doing okay, Kevin.
I run. Flee! I can't afford to look back. I just cover my vital spots with my hands as best as I can in my frantic retreat. Oh, yeah. So Saber was also Chidori, Kurama, and Saris.
Huh.
True story. Oh, and she was Kaide in Angelic Lair. And Lena in the Japanese version of New Century Zero. And Elmina in Yushi.
Oh, jeez. Best character.
Yeah, she's
best girl.
Elmina is literally Saber. True story.
Listen, I would love to have a DVD set of Petite Princess Yushi.
She was also Hikari in Ugly Yet Beautiful World, like the main girl. As
Yeah.
you do.
I would love to have Petite Princess Yushi on DVD, or just even like
Good fucking luck.
yeah, that's exactly the problem. It's nowhere.
It's somewhere, but nowhere accessible.
Which is a shame, because it's such a good.
Oh shit, she was also Henrietta in Zero no Tsukaima.
So here's the thing.
Alright.
Here's the thing. Petite Princess Yushi is the OG cute girls do cute things and nothing bad ever
It
happens.
really is, and you know, the thing is, it makes a lot more sense when you realize that entire thing was done by Gainax.
Was it really?
Yes.
That does explain a lot.
Yeah, it's the Evangelion slash, you know, fucking Gurren Lagann slash Panty and Stocking with Garter Belt. It's those people.
Yeah. let's just say I'm Prince Arrow. I don't believe
I don't
you. I'm
believe
just
you.
gonna call you Ark.
Okay, you do that, forehead.
Hey, Craig.
I'm gonna call you forehead.
And then I'm gonna be mad at you when I find out you're actually Prince Arrow.
Even though he told you that
Even though
immediately.
he was very upfront about it.
The sharp edge slowly saws through my body with a horrible, jarring sound. It also had the best named character in all of anime in Yushi's dad.
Oh. Oh my god, hang on, it's there.
It's there. I'll give you a second.
Oh no. I know it too. It is there, but it's behind a solid wall. My brain just isn't getting past right now.
Oh man.
First letter.
I'll just have to, you know, play you a sad song on my AK-47.
Oh, Gunbard.
There it is.
Good hint. I'd have gotten it from the letter G as well.
Gunbard, the best name. A spray of my own blood blots out my vision. Ah, shit, I've got a dagger in my arm and now I can't see either. Stupid blood spray.
I still don't think they ever gave, at least in the anime, an explanation of, like, who Yusi's mother is, because Gunbard literally finds her in the middle of a battlefield as a crying baby.
Wasn't it the queen?
I don't think so.
It doesn't really matter anyway. Meanwhile,
I mean, I certainly hope it wasn't the queen. That would make her and Ark's relationship,
totally fine. This is Japan. Ryder is rushing toward me so quickly that I can't even see her because of the blood in my eyes and also because she's going real fast. Ow! With each cut, I hear sounds I can't even recognize coming from my own mouth. But I continue my desperate retreat, somehow surviving the dozens of fatal blows striking at me. I don't know what I'm doing. Fighting a servant for some reason. Ryder's dagger is buried in my arm. My clothes are tattered and torn and my flesh is brutally shredded. But I'm still able to shield myself with my own body, blocking the attacks aimed at my neck and head.
what are you doing over there?
I was pulling something up to show you. So, Gainax, in addition to doing an anime thing, also made a series of games called Princess Maker.
Yes, which Yusi came from.
Well, Yushi was basically just ripped off
Yeah.
from the main girl of Princess Maker 3. This isn't a conscious thing at all anymore. Pure instinct drives my reactions as I desperately try to survive Ryder's attacks.
Oh, Mara apparently just played a game that was inspired by Princess Maker.
My breathing is labored. I'm only running away, rushing along by the imminent death looming over me. Eventually, whatever strength I have left will fade, and she'll catch up to me. Something.
So something think I'll be dead. I mean, we could go back and wrong button.
Don't bother. That's what Saber had been trying to tell me. Don't fight against a servant. Fight wouldn't even be the right word for it. She told me again and again, so why the hell am I in this position now? All I want to do is catch Shinji as fast as possible and make him shut off this goddamn bounded field, so what the hell am I doing?
何してるんだライダー。もういいだろう。さっさと切り殺しちゃえよ。どうせ何もできないんだからさ、そいつは。
I mean, that should be accurate, Shinji.
Shinji is elated, his voice triumphant. Ryder nods and swings her dagger up in a wide arc. That
Wide
looks
Prince
like,
Arrow, thank you.
That looks like down, but okay. She's striking at my head. I can't dodge. All I can really do is try to prevent her from hitting anything vital. The dagger stabs into my shoulder, right below the collarbone. I hear a high-pitched metallic sound, then the click of a tongue. What? End of Ryder's dagger is starting to disintegrate.
驚いた。私の刃物では殺せない。
Why not? You did it last time! Ryder stops. In that instant, I frantically try to come up with a way to leverage this sudden opportunity.
なら、落ちて死になさい。
Something strikes me with all the force of a sledgehammer, and I go flying out the window. Oh shit! It had only been a kick to the stomach. But I go flying, shattering the window. We're on the 3rd floor.
This is gonna be a crazy security camera video for somebody to watch later.
Implying they had security cameras in schools in Japan in 2004.
I'm betting they did, at least in some schools.
Left alone, I'll die of blood loss anyway, so a fall from this height will be enough to finish me off. I mean, an ordinary human would be dead on the spot from a blow strong enough to send them flying like this anyway.
Yeah, they definitely have security cameras in schools here, Mar.
I reach out. Maybe I'm not falling yet. Or maybe I'm just hallucinating right before I die. But my body's still suspended in midair. Oh my god, I can fly! I reach out, desperately grasping for something. Anything. The sky is crimson. The school is pulsating like a creature's stomach. And am I just gonna die? Let something like this happen? Let this happen? Am I gonna let myself die without saving so much as a single person? Hell no, I'm Shiro fucking Emiya. I'm gonna be Superman. I grit my teeth furiously. I can't win. This isn't even a battle. I knew that going in, but I still screwed it up. There's no more pain. All I feel is my sheer rage making my insides unravel. I thought I could do it alone. This is what I get for saying I won't let Saber fight.
I mean, yes.
Oh, I was an idiot. I can't save anyone on my own. If I really wanted to end this war, there was one thing I should have done right from the start. He asked me whether I was really not going to fight, not kill, and not let anyone kill. If I realize my mistake, I should first decide what to fix, then decide who to punish. And then I see it. There on my arm, still reaching up as if to touch the heavens. My command spells, awaiting an order. Save. And then refuse to use them.
Of course.
Like a genius. Alright, No, we can't use command spells. What could possibly go wrong if we refuse to use command spells? I hesitate for a second. My command spells, especially for an untrained master like me, are too important. I can only use them 3 times. Almost the instant I realize I can't just use a command spell so casually. Ugh, that's the ground. Huh? I fall on my back. I slam into the ground after being kicked from the 3rd floor. Calling it fatal, well, is probably fatal. I managed to avoid falling on my head, so I wouldn't be surprised if I'd just broken every bone in my body. Blood seeps from me. See, Shiro, unlike burning one of your 3-time only cheat codes so that you can order your servant to clean your house, using one to prevent yourself from turning into a blood smear is well warranted.
Shush, Mayo. Rin did nothing wrong. He was being a disrespectful douchebag, and she fixed it.
I am Rin Tosaka. Do not fuck with me. It's coming from my chest. My back seems fine. Looks like I survived the impact of the fall, so why? What is that thing? Sticking out? Of my chest as I lay looking up at the sky?
I assume it's your rib cage.
My chest is opened up. What looks like several swords protrude from my chest, together forming the shape of a flower in full bloom. It's as if someone shoved a bomb in my chest, and it went off the moment I hit the ground.
Oh, it's all the metal rods you've shoved into your back.
Oh god, they've come back! I thought they were metaphorical.
No.
Turns out they were
Literal
quite
metal
literal
rods.
metal rods, yep. I can't explain it. I don't understand what happened to my chest.
It broke open. Because you collided with the ground.
So many blades stick out of me. Like my entire rib cage burst through my body.
Because it probably did.
I watch blankly as my body slowly dissolves. I can't believe Shiro turned himself into a springlock suit. Good luck, your body's dissolving, apparently. Can't move. The miracle that healed me from Berserker's attacks doesn't seem to be working with so many swords sticking out of my chest. My thoughts begin to fall to pieces. Even if I were to try using a command spell, I don't even know what's happening anymore.
You're dying. That's an easy one to answer.
Oh, that's not possible. Look how lucid he is.
He just is world's most lucid dyer.
I draw in one more huge breath.
No. No, we shouldn't play Five Nights at Freddy's next.
There's one thing Shiro knows, it's what a sword looks like. So if he looks at his chest and says, huh, there's swords bursting out of my sternum, then those are actually swords and not ribs.
Five Nights at Freddy's would not be great. I don't do well with the horror genre.
The air burns, sorry, kerning. I cough up blood. My heart stops. Literally, my heart stops. A dead end. Wow, man, I wonder what advice Taiga's gonna have for us this time.
Use your goddamn command spells.
But we might need those later.
They don't do you any good if you're dead.
Listen, people make that argument about healing potions in Skyrim all the time, but God knows you sit on like 1 billion of them at the end of the game because you've never used them in case you need them later.
Well, you don't need them if you're playing Stealth Archer.
Which is what every game of Skyrim becomes eventually.
待ちなさいタイガー。あなた冷蔵庫に隠しといたフルールのケーキ食べたでしょ。
変だ。大事に取っておく方が悪いんです。
How dare you eat Ilya's cake?
賞味期限で日本語知ってるか弟子1号。
I don't think you want it back now,
yeah,
Ilya.
I'm not sure you want her to give it back. Shiro can't play as a stealth archer. He has
the healing potion already, but I only have 5 of them.
Exactly. It's like all those times in Tales games where Baz and I have been like, should we use an Ultimate? Yeah, but what if we need it later?
すでに消化したものは返せないの。
Melon gel? Nah.
No, I mean...
I'm not actually dead yet.
We've only
We don't
got-
need the
We've
gel.
only got so many of those. We could use an apple gel. But we're down to like 6.
つうかイリアちゃん、あの真っ赤なパンケーキにラズベリーをたっぷり乗せたなんか人体解剖っぽいケーキは趣味悪いと思うの。あれ、本当にフルールのケーキ？
そうよ。商品名ラフレシアアンブレラ。世界最大の花ラフレシアをモチーフにしたモンスターでデッドリーな新製品なんだって。なんでも腐った香りを出すためにバラの花びらじゃなくて直接ラフレシアの花を使ってるとか。
You're literally eating corpse flower pancakes.
Yes.
ゲー、道理で食感がステーキ煮だと思った。
Should we use an Ultimate? What if we need it later because the boss decides to have the most bullshit gimmick power known to man? Alright then, brute force it is.
フルールの経営も行き詰まってるわね。甘味どころが新製品を乱造するようじゃ末期だわ。
あれ、あのケーキ美味しくなかった？見た目真っ赤ですごく綺麗だったんだけど。
Ilya, honey.
あー、イリアちゃんはまずその美的感覚をなんとかし
Her
ないとね。
aesthetic sense is fine.
ケーキの話はここまで。不条理な三択の前に屈したあなたを救う Q&A コーナータイガー道場始めるわよ。
準備万全であります師匠。
うん。それでは今回の死亡状況は？あー、転落死か。いくら怪しげな自然治癒能力が備わったからって3階から落ちれば死ぬかな。
Well, especially if his chest then erupts into a sword flower for some reason.
And when he's already losing a ridiculous amount of blood from Ryder almost taking his arm off.
Yeah.
ついでに言うと、普通だったらライダーの回し蹴りでお腹突き破ら
No,
れ
he
て
definitely didn't die from that. It was definitely the sword chest bursting thing. Like the fall didn't even kill him. Genuinely, it was a sword chest bursting thing.
つくづく大ハード。シローはいつ殺されてもおかしくないんだから、選択肢で霊樹を使うなんてものが出てきたら迷わず使っといた方がいいわよ。
That sounds like a great way to die eventually. Is to just use a command spell at the wrong time.
そんなわけで直前の選択肢に戻ってやり直し
Go back to the previous choice and redo this scene. God damn it, why?
さっさとセイバーちゃんを呼び出してあのセクシー戦闘お姉さんをやっつけてあげなさい。
セクシー？
Alright, so, do we summon Saber or do we need Saber to come save me? And naturally pick the one that doesn't give Saber points.
See, I picked that one assuming that him actually acknowledging to Saber that he needed Saber to save him would earn Saber points.
Nope, just dragging her here forcibly is the thing that gives her Saber points.
I was trying to good noodle that.
Well, turns out you fucked up. Anyway, I call for help. Hanging between earth and sky, my thoughts swirl as time seems to slow, and I wish upon a star, my command seal. 1 second before impact. Logically, there's no chance of me surviving this, but I still hope Saber can defy that simple reality. I muster up all my strength and call for my blade. One of my command spell strokes disappears. At that very moment, the space around me begins to waver. No, he's not here right now. Suddenly, Saber. So this is magic. No, that's a command spell. Magic is different. Saber, clad in her silver armor, bursts through the ripples in space and time to appear before me. With some groaning mechanical sounds in the background. She is wearing blue. Oh my god, Saber is a TARDIS. The girl in the silver armor rushes toward me. Saber suddenly appears in the schoolyard, and before she can assess the situation, she recognizes me falling at full speed. She catches me, right before I slam down to the ground.
Saber.
Yeah, also Shiro doesn't even know who Waver is. Good point.
I do love that we have people who are with me on that one about, like, it's weird that the polite option that acknowledges that he screwed the fuck up isn't the one that gives Saber points.
Yeah, no, it's not. You get 2 Saber points for just, like, it's because Saber's kind of no nonsense and, like...
Well, yeah, but with how often he's told her, screw you, I'm doing what I want, you'd think she'd be happy he's acknowledging, yeah, you know what, this was a mistake. I screwed up, sorry, Saber, you were right.
Nope. Evidently not. I'm still bloody, but I managed to stand on ground. I may have avoided getting slammed to the ground, but my body that's been slashed numerous times is already past its limit. But there's no time staying down. Forcing my numb limbs to move, I pushed my feet to show her that I'm all right.
説明している暇はない。状況はわかるな、セイバー。
待ってください、シロ。それはわかりますが、その前にあなたの
There's
体を
no time!
ライダーを頼む。あいつはお前でしか倒せない。
Look at him actually admitting that she has to do things. He's grown as a person.
I'm blaming it on blood loss-based delirium. He's gonna go right back to being a misogynistic prick when this is over.
And meanwhile, Saber's like, no, I can't fight. You're bleeding to death.
それは違う。先にやるべきことがあるだろう。
Yeah, never mind me. Everybody's getting turned into Murder Slurpee at the moment. Could you fix the Murder Slurpee thing? We really need to handle the Murder Slurpee situation. We need to beat Shinji and Ryder as quickly as possible. Nothing is more important.
ですがそれでは
Saber is focused only on me. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy about that, but there's no time to argue. Saber doesn't want to listen. I just need to use my second command spell. He's like, I sense you're about to use a command spell. She must have understood my resolve. Saber reluctantly accepts my decision.
わかりましたマスター指示を
No time to explain, Saber. Pretty sure there is. Do I look like I could summon a magic time bubble so that there would be time? Felt really specific. Yeah. Hey, by the way, Bio, you know a sequel to that got announced? Saber does not hesitate. He nods and, without another word, turns toward the school building like a whirlwind. I run up the stairs. Ryder and Shinji are on the 3rd floor. I can tell Shinji's still on the 3rd floor because of the way my command spells are reacting to the 3rd floor.
Where Shinji is.
The moment I set foot on the 3rd floor, where Shinji is, and my command spells are telling me that Shinji is on the 3rd floor, sparks fly.
ライダーか。
I couldn't see, but Saber must have parried Ryder's attempt at a sneak attack from above.
シロライダーはここで倒しますあなたはライダーのマスターを
She doesn't need to tell me twice. Saber can't possibly lose to Ryder. She won't. I'm absolutely sure after what little I was able to learn of Ryder's abilities during my brief fight with her in heavy air quotes. Saber's abilities vastly exceed Ryder's.
任せた。だが深追いはするな。真珠を止めればそれで終わる。
I run right past Saber. The same instant, Ryder flings a dagger at me with murderous intent, but Saber rushes in to deflect the attack. I run down the hallway. Ahead, I see a bewildered Shinji.
さすがに手ぶらじゃ不利か。
I need a weapon. It should be long, like the mop leaning against the locker there.
トレーソン。
I pass magical energy through my body as I run. Maybe I'm not distracted, or maybe I just can't afford to think of anything else. I managed to strengthen the plastic mop as effortlessly as breathing. And now it's a metal mop! The shadows begin forming again. I'm badly injured, but I don't feel the least bit sluggish. More than that, I have a weapon now.
You really like turning, like, random pointless objects into your weapon of choice. Just summon a sword!
I have a mop! I have a rolled up poster! I am a god!
You have literal swords in your spine!
Apparently.
Just summon one of those! Turn this into... Oh god, why am I blanking on the name of the anime? Oh my god.
You gotta give me something to work with here.
A girl with... Utena? A pink-haired girl who pulls a sword out of the chest of another girl to fight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's Utena, alright.
just be your own sword maiden and just pull a sword out of your own chest. It's fine.
Then again, Star Driver Takedo was also basically the same concept and made by the same people, and also the character designer from, like the anime character designer from Sailor Moon. It was a weird show. It was about mecha robots.
I mean, yes, Ren explained that concept last stream. However, Shiro's also kind of just an idiot, so...
Also, yeah, Shiro, you know how shitty he is at magic. You can't expect him to do something actually cool yet. It's not time for actual cool Shiro. That means... I don't even need to dodge! I use the mop to smack aside each shadow as it flies toward me. The mop breaks, but I expected as much from something done so hastily. Besides, I don't need it anymore. I'm so close!
Shinji!
I lash out with a furious punch. This fist of mine is burning red. Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory.
Of course, that's a thing that there's fan art of. General stuff from more.
Shining, burning finger. Damn right. Also, it's just Shinji. You don't need an actual weapon to kill that loser. The more embarrassing a weapon you use to kill him, the better. The impact jars my arm, which is still practically cut to ribbons, so painfully that I nearly pass out. I punch Shinji in the stomach and then grab him and shove him against the wall. Smash his face into the lockers and tell him to give me his lunch money or I'll beat him up. Shinji tries to shove my hand away. Without missing a beat, I kick his grasping arm. I can't even control myself right now. I slam the arm I kicked against the wall and break it. Fuck your arm! I don't even hear Shinji's screams. This is bad. If I don't focus, it might be me who faints. I should hurry while I can still move. Break his other arm, then break both his legs. And grab Shinji's hair and smash him against the wall. Smash his head into the wall again. Release the bound field. I grab Shinji by the throat with the arm I can still control. Blood pours from my arm. It seeps through my clothes and it drips onto Shinji's body, staining him.
Best friend!
Shiro Emiya is not fucking around anymore.
Best friends!
I squeeze. It must be all the magical energy coursing through my body. I could snap his neck like a twig.
Keyword in that sentence, Shinji.
Yet. I squeeze harder. There's no hesitation. Maybe a little sympathy. I feel bad that as a fellow mage, Shinji was never taught the rules of being a mage, and so didn't have any problem killing innocents.
I think you're misunderstanding the rules of being a mage. Most mages don't give a shit. Collateral damage.
Yeah, as much of a Boy Scout as Shiro is, he will kill someone if things come to it. Just look at Archer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Less talking, more turning off the bounded field before I break your neck. I loosen my grip around his throat.
マスターの命が危ないんだぞ。
There's no response from Ryder. But hearing Shinji, Saber takes a step back from Ryder. Ryder lowers her dagger. I see her mouth move.
これでいいんだろう。この結界は特殊らしくてね、一度貼った場所にはそう簡単に貼り直せないらしい。もうここに結界を貼ることはないんだから、その手を離せよ。
Snap his neck anyway!
そうはいくか。勝った以上はこっちの言い分に従ってもらう。シンジ、レイジを捨てろ。そうすれば二度と争うこともない。
Keyword here. Yeah, there won't be another bounded field here. Keyword.
ふざけるな。そんな真似ができるもんか。レイジがなくなったらライダーを従えられない。そうなったら僕は
マスターでなくなるんだろう。なら信徒の教会に行けばいい。戦いから降りたマスターを保護してくれるそうだからな。それとも何か、身を守るために結界を張ったっていうのは嘘か。
別にそんなこと言ってないだろう。僕はただマスターになってサーバントを従えていれば。
He thought he could be a mage. But what's the point of becoming one?
ここまでだシンジ。レイジを捨てないのなら俺が剥ぎ取る。
With what?
剥ぎ取る。
Shinji tilts his head in genuine wonderment. This isn't an act. Shinji really doesn't know what I'm talking about.
いや、だから。
シロ、離れて。
I hear Saber shout. Maybe it's all the training at the dojo, but my body reacts to Saber's words before my brain processes them. I let go of Shinji and jump back. At the moment, Ryder's dagger swings through the spot I'd been standing in a heartbeat before. And unfortunately doesn't plunge into Shinji's stupid bitch face in the process.
下がりなさい、マスター。この場から離脱します。シロ、下がって。ライダーは結界維持に使っていた魔力を全て解放するつもりです。
Oh, that's not good.
魔力を解放する？
I look towards Ryder. She does seem odd. The way she just appeared here when she'd been confronting Saber a second ago, the cold air emanating from her, everything about her is suddenly far more intimidating than she's ever been.
ライダー、何考えてんだお前。エミヤのサーバントにさえ勝てないくせに勝手なこと。
はい、確かに私ではセイバーに及びません。ですがご安心を。我がホームは他のサーバントを凌駕しています。たとえ相手が何者であろう、我の失踪を妨げることができ。
Ryder raises her dagger. Everyone gasps in surprise.
As she cuts off her own blindfold.
For some reason, Ryder presses her dagger to her neck and... slashes her own throat. Red sprays everywhere. Blood gushes from the black-clad Ryder's pale neck.
何を？
Shinji is just as surprised as the rest of us. No matter how extraordinary servants may be, a slashed throat is fatal. Ryder will bleed out and disappear on her own. The splattered blood stops mid-air and slowly forms into a circle. A magic circle, drawn in blood. It's a pattern I've never seen before. The design resembles a creature, an ominous creature. You see the crab in the middle of the
I
circle?
do see a crab.
Oh my god, it's an NP! It's like a special crab attack! We did it! We found the special attack crab! Riders created a giant lump of magical energy.
I'm sure it's not meant to be a crab.
That's just a crab!
Okay, you know what, Bio? For your sake, there. We have a screenshot of the special crab.
All of evolution leads to crab, it's true. The bounded field from earlier seems like child's play compared to this magic circle. This must be a truly massive amount of magical energy. I'm being pushed back, as if by a strong wind.
シロ、離れて。ライダーは宝具を使う気です。そこにいては巻き込まれる。
She's summoning a giant enemy crab. Don't worry, just attack its weak point for massive damage. Saber grabs me and jerks me back. She faces down Ryder in her magic circle as she protects me.
逃げるつもりかライダー。自身のマスターをも巻き込むというのなら、ここで引導を渡すだけだ。そのような宝具を使わせはしない。まさかマスターを守るのがサーバントの役割でしょう。それが気に食わないのなら追ってきなさい、セイバー。もっともこれを見た後でもあなたに戦う気迫が残っていれば。
Imagine how much it has to suck for the release command of your strongest attack being to flay open your own fucking throat and nearly bleed out. A throbbing sound pulses through the school. With the sound of rending flesh, Ryder's hair whirls around her. Saber tugs my hand and drags me to the ground. There's a roar and then a flash. I close my eyes against the raging wind. But even with my eyes closed, I still feel its intensity. Something white streaks by. A huge bolt of light shoots down the hallway at tremendous speed. It's gonna be a hell of a gas leak. All I see before me is dreadful destruction. Shinji and Ryder are gone. The bolt of light wasn't after us. It was probably a means of escape. My wounds hurt. I feel a hammering in my head again.
Must be the gas leak.
The heat flowing through my body quickly fades.
シロ、
I don't hear Saber's question. My vision goes blank white. I'm having that dream. Maybe this is what death looks like to me.
No, death hasn't looked like this in any of your deaths.
Yet. The closer I get to death, the more I keep seeing these images I don't want to see. I see motionless bodies crumbling and disappearing. You know, I was paging through the finals for the Steam awards for this year are going on right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. Stay Night is up for best soundtrack.
Is it really?
Yeah. And it absolutely deserves it. God, the soundtrack in this game is fucking phenomenal. That moment when everyone desperately sought help, but none came. That was painful. It was so terrible it hurt even to live, and I thought maybe just disappearing would put me out of my misery.
You know, Definitely a better soundtrack for dramatic moments than Chrono Trigger. That soundtrack was always wrong.
That was always perfect.
No, it was
Super
never
correct.
right. Not once. There's a reason I had to outlaw you being able to play Chrono Trigger as the music when we were playing Pathfinder. It was always
It was always perfect.
no.
In the middle of a tense confrontation, it was cheery town music.
Yeah, and then as soon as we were in town, it was intense combat.
Look, it
music.
was just using the Quest for Camelot rules of play the prayer in a tense chase scene.
Yes, but the problem is the music when it was written for Chrono Trigger was written for combat scenes. They chose to use the prayer in Quest for Camelot.
It was written for
Yes.
Quest for Camelot.
It was. They chose to use it over a chase, which makes no sense to me and never has and never will. But listen. The Chrono Trigger soundtrack on its own in isolation is fine. However, I cannot claim to like it because my initial experience with the Chrono Trigger soundtrack was Inu going, I know the perfect soundtrack to put on while we're playing Pathfinder today. And he just let it play, and in every conceivable scene, it was exactly wrong.
100% correct the whole time.
No. No, it was not.
Chrono Trigger is like absolutely the shining example of the best of the 16-bit era like soundtracks. So it's so fucking good. And when you hear orchestral versions of it, like orchestral rearrangements and like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, the soundtrack itself is excellent. I just associate it with rage because of how often, every time I let Inu play it, well, we were playing Pathfinder, anytime I let him be soundtrack czar, and he chose Chrono Trigger, it was perpetually incorrect.
I will say my favorite of the 16-bit like pieces though is actually out of FF6. Like the Aria de Mezzocaratare is probably my favorite like piece of music from that era, and is still to this day one of my all-time favorite video game like tracks. But
Although, I will say this. Still wasn't as bad as the time Jagged's player decided to do nothing but play the Indiana Jones theme the entire session.
dazed, I reached my hand out. But not because I wanted help.
Yeah, I know, Bio. My first mistake was giving Inu any form of power in the first place.
I mean, the Sword Art Online soundtrack did much better.
Yeah, yes, that one did fine. Anytime I had to default, I usually tended to default to Skyrim.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'd let other people choose so that we'd get some variation. And it just, anytime it was Chrono Trigger that we used, it just never paired well with what was actually going on.
I just thought the sky was so far away. Up there in the distance. That was my final thought, I think. And then I lost consciousness. My outstretched hand fell to the ground. Or rather, it should have. Ai, Kiritsugu. A large hand grasps the smaller one as it falls. He rushed into the fire to save somebody and found me.
Okay, hear me out. Kiritsugu's kind of a snack.
Yeah, no, I mean you're not wrong. Kiritsugu Emiya is, you know, definitely up there. He's also a servant. True story. Where is he? Assassins. Where are you hiding?
Yeah,
There.
just hear me out long enough for me to say, that man's a snack.
I mean, he had a little bit of archerification going on, as you'll notice.
Still a snack, though.
Yeah, dude's cool as hell.
He was a ladies' man for a reason. I mean, to be fair, I haven't heard that he's a ladies' man yet in anything that's been canon. Because the only perspective really that we've had on him was Shiro, who presumably didn't go, "Hey, Dad! I'd tap that." Generally speaking, the DILF trope doesn't apply to one's own father.
Where was his,
Although, Oedipus might have something to say about that.
Yeah, that was Kiritsugu's one assistant who helped him out with, like, Growl War stuff. Her name was Maya. She was pretty cool. I remember that face. The face of Kiritsugu Emiya. I mean, just look at the art from fucking Fate Zero.
Yep.
Fucking boss that guy is.
Yep. I like him.
Good old Carrie.
You know, for everything you guys say about him being, like, an objectively awful teacher to Shiro, I like him. I don't like Shiro, but I do like him.
Yeah, you want me to make you like him even more?
Yes.
Take a guess who his English VA is.
Matthew Mercer.
And tell me how you want to do this.
Yes. Yep, I quite like him.
Yeah, he's kind of a boss.
Yeah, I figured with you being like, do you want to take a guess who his voice actor was? I was like, it's either one of the men from Critical Role or Bryce Papenbrook.
No, Bryce Papenbrook is actually the English dub voice for Shiro.
Oh, why, Bryce? Why?
And it's literally just the Kirito voice.
That might almost potentially make me not completely hate Shiro.
Well, that's also in UBW, where Shiro is way more tolerable. So that's also the cool Shiro. Harry is a cool guy. It's just that he's made many, 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 many mistakes. It is a terrible father. Yeah, exactly. I remember the tears pooling in his eyes, how overjoyed he was to have found a living human being. He looked so happy. It seemed almost like he was the one being saved and not me. And then, he actually looked envious of me, who was on the brink of death. He even looked grateful for something as he rescued the strange child. It was a turning point in my life, in that I wasn't dead. The weakness I showed in accepting death became a strength, a desire to live. My mind, which had practically gone blank, was filled with the joy of being saved in that moment. I tried moving my fingers with what strength I had left so as not to let go of the man's hand, and then I finally passed out. The next thing I knew, I was in the hospital, and the man who saved me had come to visit. That was 10 years ago. From then on, all I ever did was follow in Kiritsugu's footsteps. The only thing I could think of was being like him. It's not because he saved me. I couldn't shake off the image of his face back then, and I tried to become the same thing. I've been striving for that ever since. Somewhere in the back of my mind, I dreamed I wouldn't notice. He's also generally pretty good to Shiro as far as dads go. It's just that his methods to make his kid not throw his life away by getting involved in mage bullshit really weren't thought out well. Yeah. That's right. That I would one day I held to the hope, the dream that one day I, too, would be saved if I could smile like Kiritsugu did back then. So I've been waiting for a park to be on fire.
So I
So
can
run
smile
in
at a
and
child
smile at a dying
and
child.
then be okay.
And then adopt him. New weapon data added. What weapon?
I assume riders.
Oh yeah, unnamed dagger. Yes. The large nail-like weapon that Ryder uses. Its source is unknown, but it is thought to represent her inner nature. Good chat. It would have been really funny if the new weapon was the broom Shira used to beat the shit out of Shinji.
He didn't actually use the broom
No,
on
he just
Shinji
used that to deflect some black laser beams and then brutalize Shinji with his bare hands. When I open my eyes, I'm in my living room. The ticking of the clock is awfully loud. It looks like I've been sleeping on the floor, and when I raise my arms, I notice the bandages wrapped tightly around both of them. I sit up. According to the clock, it's 10 at night.
外暗いなじゃないわよこの恩知らず。目が覚めたらまず言うべきことがあるんじゃない？
Oh, hi, Reen.
Reen's my favorite character in this whole franchise.
You know, I was with you right up until I met Aoko and Mahoyo, and then it became Aoko.
Well, it's just Reen reminds me so much of me. Like smart, sarcastic as shit, beloved by teachers. Everyone thinks they're the sweetest, kindest human alive. Obsessed with tea. Secretly a colossal bitch and very sadistic. I appreciate Reen.
What about creepy fish-eyed Reen?
No, those eyes weird me out a little.
Yeah, nobody likes Fate Extra Reen. Her weird fish eyes are weird. And also, of course, it's not actually Reen. It's like a cousin of hers or something, I think, is what they ultimately revealed.
Bio, ugh, don't show her fish, Reen.
Nah, it's too late. I showed her fish Reen. But somewhere in this page, we also have, like, the real life fish Reen, which sounds crazy, but...
What?
So, the moon cell was a weird time, and everybody that was there wasn't actually there. They were using data avatars, and that's actually fish Reen in the real world, where she's blonde.
Okay, that doesn't upset me.
No, real world fish Reen is fine. It's just in moon cell fish Reen is weird. I didn't know that. I didn't know you've been sitting here nursing me the whole time, Tosaka. That's ungrateful of me.
すまない。どうも頭が固まってる。うまく物事を考えられないんだが、とにかくありがとう、登坂。また
I'd
お
say
前の
in
世話に
game
なっ
was a
ちまった。
pretty apt way to put it, actually.
まあ別に大したことじゃないからいいけど、シロもあれだけの怪我だったんだから意識が朦朧としてるのも当然だしさ。
I would hope the extra remake fixes Rin's fishness. That would be very much appreciated.
痛いところはないの？とりあえず外傷は塞がってるけど中身まではわからないから。 異常があるんなら手当てしないとまずいでしょ。
いや、だるいだけで痛むところはない。ただ、なんだか。
I feel like I'm floating. What kind of drugs did you give me, Tosaka? I don't know how I ended up here. With Saber, obviously. I don't remember what I did, Toda.
父さん、学校は俺はあの後どうなったんだ？
大丈夫。みんなのことは安心なさい。学校にはキレイがフォローに行ったから。
He told everyone there was a
廊下の補
gas
修とか
leak.
事後処理はあいつがするから考えなくていいわ。あれでも新職なんだし、これぐらいさせなきゃ罰が当たるでしょ。
Note to self. Priests are obligated by law to fix hallways in schools or God
それ
will
じゃ
be mad
学
at
校の
them.
方は。
大事にはなってないわ。
New
病
server
院に
data
運び
added.
込まれた生徒は多いけど、
Okay.
命に別状はないみたい。みんな栄養失調ってことで 2,3 日病院で休む程度だって。
They're being treated for malnutrition.
そうか。
It's a weird thing to treat people for in response to a gas leak.
Well, I guess no school for the next, like, 2 to 3 days while everyone's in the hospital.
Don't worry about it. Kirei went to follow up with school. Don't say that, Reed. That's the last thing you should tell Shiro if you want him not to worry. Oh, that's a relief. Dissolving the bounded field took longer than expected, but I wasn't too late. The instant I relax, every bit of strength floods out of me. I breathe out deeply and lean back against the wall.
じゃあ俺の体の方も琴峰が治してくれたのか。いくら遠坂でもあれだけの傷は治せないだろう。
何言ってるのよ。それはあんたが勝手に直したの。
I did no such thing. I was
マーサーカーの時
unconscious.
と一緒。とりあえず傷を塞ぐだけなら腸がつくほどの回復力だけど、あなたの方には覚えはないのよね。
あるわけないだろう。俺だってわけがわからないんだ。セイバーと契約するまでは普通の体だったよ。
もしかして自分が知らないだけで祖先がトカゲだったとかない？
あのな、真剣な顔でそういう怖い冗談は言わないでくれ。俺だって気持ち悪いんだぞ。自分の体が。
いいんじゃない？何はどうあれ、それで何度も命を流れてるんだから。もう2回も助けられたことだし、トカゲになるぐらいは妥協できる交換条件だと思うけど。
I'll turn you into a newt.
We need to get better.
遠坂、重病人をいじめて楽しいのか？
She just told you you're not critically injured anymore.
さっきまで重病人だった人でしょ？
Formerly critically injured.
See, Rena Knight, same person.
ともかくセーバーに感謝しなさいよね。理屈はわからないけど、シローの体がそうなったのはセーバーのおかげなんだし。
My brain finally starts working. There's something I need to do. I needed her. I called her, so she came and she saved me. I need to tell her something right away.
How dare you fight? Get back in the kitchen.
Get back in the kitchen! Who the hell said you could fight a servant? You did? No, I didn't! Stay in the kitchen. I stand up too quickly. Pain shoots through my body as I move, but I can't let that stop me.
遠坂、セイバーは？
道場にいるわ。私は部屋に荷物取りに行ってくるわね。
Okay, bye. Tosaka heads over to the outbuilding. I was almost gonna ask, what did we tell Taiga when she came over for dinner tonight, but
She's also in the hospital.
yeah. She also got murder slurpeed. My joints creak with pain. I grit my teeth and try to endure it as I head towards the dojo, and that's why we don't have to worry about Taiga for the rest of the route.
Or school, presumably.
Or school! I reach the dojo. Saber is sitting in Seiza style as if she's meditating.
シロ、
And she's still
目が
fully
覚めたのです
armored.
か？
Saber notices me coming in and hurries to her feet, then rushes over to me.
But
すまない
how is she...
今気がついたんだ
That there aren't
それでセイ
folding
バ
panels in her armor as it's shown. How was she sitting that way
Well, the
in armor?
only bit that's actually metal below there is the bits off to the side.
Well, yes, but because there's no panel either, they like dog ear fish
Yes.
slapped out.
Yeah.
But that would look so ridiculous.
Also, yeah, point. Taiga was also savagely beaten by Shinji on top of the murder slurpee thing, yeah. Also, yeah, we're getting to the serious bits. Gotta shoot out all the comedy relief characters. Yep, true story.
すまないではありません。あなたには言いたいことが山ほどある。私を置いて敵の誘いに乗ったこと、一人で戦おうとしたこと、自身の体を気遣おうともしなかったこと。分かっているのですか？そのどれもが死に直結する愚行です。
Two of them were.
実際あなたは死にかけていた。こうして私を追い詰めて何が楽しいのです。
Would you be mad if I said yes?
いやその
何ですか？生半可な弁明では引き下がりません。今日という今日はとことんあなたの考えを聞かせていただきますから。
Saber comes at me with all the rage and force of a hurricane. She has a high water properly. All the capabilities of a large hurricane. The force of a raging campfire.
So she's as mysterious as the dark lung of the shoe. We reference that way too often.
Appendix dominating death! She's so intense. I'm not sure how to explain it, but I'm kind of enjoying Saber being so emotional.
分かってる
I've been thinking about that series again recently because of Christmas time, and every time I hear stuff on the radio, I'm just like, Waldorf!
Yep.
Waldorf Red Nasal Reindeer!
Or the lukewarm Yeti.
Yeah, lukewarm Yeti. Say Grandpa Frost comes to the town.
Grandpa Frost comes to town.
だから話をしようセイバ体の方はこの通り大丈夫だからさ
As you can see, I'm all better. Rin said so.
I'm all better, except for the fact that everything hurts.
Everything is pain, but other than that, I'm fine.
シロ、持ち直したのですか？
But
Mostly.
okay, but how
そう
though?
みたいだとりあえず生き延びてる
Yeah, it's also hard to take Artoria seriously on this lecture after the stupid shit she tried to pull at the temple. Yeah.
そうですか。それはよかった。
Where'd that angry look from a few seconds ago go? Seconds ago go! Saber heaves a relieved sigh and smiles softly as if celebrating my recovery. Way! It helps me understand that even Saber, stoic as she always is acting like this because of how much I worried her. I wasn't relying on Saber, but she still accepted me as someone to fight alongside. How stupid of me. I hadn't realized the extent to which she trusted me. and I couldn't extend the most basic trust of just letting her fight.
セイバー
I speak up more comfortably now. I'm finally able to look her in the eye, and it feels natural.
Hey, we don't kink shame here.
Look, maybe Shiro's just into dummy mommies and likes to be stepped on.
I mean, he was bizarrely attracted to Ryder.
I mean, he'd probably be a big Lady Demetresque fan, to be fair.
Hi. 何ですか、シロ。
すまない俺がバカだった
I bow my head.
シロ、やめてください。先ほどのは言葉のあやです。怒っていたのは確かですが、あなたに謝ってもらう必要は。
あるパートナーとしてセイバーに謝るのは当然だ心配させてすまなかったセイバーといる限り俺は二度と
Until I
一人では
immediately
戦わない
do with the next available opportunity, I'm sure.
Yep.
Poor Shiro has a thing for girls who are mad at him. He has a thing for Reen in every route after all. Yeah, that's true. Every route is Reen's route.
シロ、それは。
ああセイバーお前の力を貸してくれ俺一人じゃ他のマスターには勝てない俺にはお前の助けが必要だ
それでは今までの行動が間違いだったと認めるのですね。シロはマスターとして後方支援に徹し、戦うのは私の役割だと。
Now, don't go too far.
No,
there,
but I
Saber.
am saying I'm going to let you fight things. Well, I still don't want to see Saber hurt. That's why I forbid her from fighting. And that's where I was wrong. Ever since I decided to fight with her, I should have just put everything I had into helping her.
いや俺は自分が間違っていたとは思わないセイバーが俺を守るなら俺もセイバーを守るセイバーだけを戦わせるなんてことはできない
No, I've decided this is a two-way street. We fight to protect each other. Saber does not appear amused, and also does not answer. The mood in the dojo turns frosty. I just can't let this go. I lift my head, thinking I'll just have to beg until she accepts my determination. But then!
その堅くなさは実にあなたらしい。
Look, they're compromising. He's letting her fight and she's letting him be a moron.
I don't think you should exactly be compromising on that second point.
Saber, I couldn't even beat Shinji on my own. Fucking Shinji! If I can't even handle that loser on my own, then I've realized I actually really need your help.
そのセイバー
まったく今さら答えるまでもないでしょう。
Words do help, Artoria.
私はあなたの剣です。私以外の誰があなたの力になるのですか、シロ。
Green? Archer? Sort of.
Maybe assassin if you're like really nice to him. And happen to get attacked near his gate. Saber extends her left hand. I can't think of anything sensible to say, so I shake her hand. You're both right-handed. Why are you shaking with your left hands, you weirdos? Our handshake forms something almost tangible.
For the record, even as a left-handed person, shaking hands left-handed feels wrong. Now, mind you, anytime I'm carrying things and have to go to shake someone's hand, I then have to shift all of the things from my right hand awkwardly into my left hand to shake people's hands right-handed, but...
No, that's the point where you just go for, like, the fucking COVID ass like elbow bump.
Elbow bump. Foot tap. That was a big one in the schools during the COVID era.
The weird, just like
Sup head nod.
Sup head nod. Yeah. It's been a few days since we first met. It's been 9 days since you first met, but it feels like we finally formed a real contract. Contract? Does that mean you get to be a magical girl now, Shiro?
I've been playing so much Dragon Age lately across the various games in the series while I've been working on my one writing project.
But you're playing Assassin's Creed now.
Yes, but that doesn't mean I'm not still also playing Dragon Age. You forget, I get very easily sidetracked by games. But I can't read the word contract without my brain going, wait, where are the Antivan crows? Oh no! Assassination contracts everywhere! Oh, and don't even get me started on the fact that the protagonist in Valgard is called Rook, and the gang that you start in Syndicate are called the Rooks. That's also really messing with my brain right now.
何握手なんてしてるの二人とも。
Reen, hi!
Hello, Rain. Welcome to our handshaking session. Would you like to join in? I have another hand. And so does Saber. We can all shake hands. The only problem is Saber and I both have our right hands free, so you're going to have to reverse handshake one of us. Why would she show up now of all times? Saber and I quickly let go of each other's hands.
なんか怪しいわね。まさか私に内緒で作戦会議をしてたとか？
Sort of.
Good old Reen cockblocked Osaka over here.
Yeah, そういうわけではないのです。そのマスターの体が健康かどうか脈を測っていただけですので。
Through his hand, as you do. Never mind that I'm wearing gloves. Metal gloves on both hands. I was checking his pulse. I'm dumbfounded. Saber just told a bald-faced lie. But why would Saber panic about this too?
へえ、変わった脈の取り方をするのね。
Tosaka regards Saber curiously. Yes, well, that's just how we did it in Wales in, like, the 1100s. In response, Saber starts acting even more suspiciously, probably because she's not used to lying. I need to help her, or this will get even more awkward.
何の用だよ、父さん。部屋まで荷物を取りに行くとか言ってなかったか。
I did get something from my room. It's here now.
あ、それそれ。はい、セーバー、これ。ありがとう。リンには迷惑をかける。
Osaka hands Saber a bag. Saber looks surprisingly happy as she takes the bag.
それが最後だから気をつけなさいよね。いくら強制召喚だからって力ずくで武装したら服なんて消し飛ぶんだから。申し訳ありません。突然のことだったので、そこまで考えが回らなかったのです。
Yeah,
それでも
that's why she's still
リ
wearing
ン
her
が同じ服を持
armor.
ってい
By
て
the
くれて
way,
助かりました。
when Shiro summoned her and she switched into her fight mode, she absolutely destroyed the clothes she was wearing. Just gone. Rest in peace, clothes.
単純なデザインだし、制服みたいなものだし。綺麗なやつ。地味な服ばっかり私に押し付けるんだもの。ま、私には似合わない服だからいいけどさ。なんだってその服にこだわるのよ、セイバー。ええ、白が似合うと言いましたから。
I'm not following all of this, but it seems that's Saber's third set of clothes. I don't have any women's clothing around the house, so Saber's been borrowing clothes from Tosaka. But, yeah. I'd really appreciate if they had their girl talk when I'm not around. I am a guy. It had been such a nice conversation until now, too, but I don't really know what to do with myself when they get to talking about stuff like this.
You tell them that they're pretty, and then you move on. That's what you do.
So not much happened afterward, and both Tosaka and Saber forced me to go sleep in my room. I told them I'd rather sleep in the shed, but here I am, in my room, sleeping. I may have regained consciousness, but I'm still severely injured. Ryder sliced my arms up so bad that under normal circumstances, I'd have had to worry about whether I'd ever be able to use them again. Plus, I fell 3 stories, so I'm all broken and bruised. There's plenty I should be thinking about, but the two have agreed that the best thing for me to do right now is sleep, so I can heal. But I let Shinji get away, and I'll need to settle things with him as quickly as possible. He didn't hesitate to activate the bounded field. Even I know how dangerous it'd be to let a master like that roam free. Gotta get up and murder Shinji. Things go blank, like a dizzy spell sweeping over me. The only thing that feels normal is my head. Which one? As soon as I lay down, my half-healed body just forces me off to sleep.
The sun will come out.
I'll kill Shinji tomorrow.
Nope, sun will come out.
I don't have time to rest like this. Even if my body isn't fully healed, I need to find Shinji.
Presumably, he's at home. You're not.
Nope. Save the game. New save data has been created. Wait. And February 9.
Birthday Eve!
Fate 10 Skyscraper. Wait, did that say skyscraper?
It did say skyscraper.
I thought for a second it might have said skycraper and they might have forgot an S. I'm having a bad dream. Sorry, choking slightly. My body, injured as it is, demands long, deep sleep. But my mind is still stuck replaying all that happened today and won't let me rest peacefully. My body is still not fully healed, is burning. My mind is plagued with guilt. Better than being plagued with quilts. I think I'm crying out in my sleep. As I sleep, my dream drags on. My dream dragons. Like how Shiro has to point out he's specifically having a bad dream as if he ever has good dreams to begin with. Right? How many victims were there? Tosaka said there were no deaths, but that might just be the official story. No way does someone come out unscathed after having their life force ripped from them. They could suffer any number of long-term physical problems in years to come, or even brain damage from lack of oxygen, or brain damage from lack of oxygen, or brain damage. Some students even had severe skin damage. Even if they heal, they'll likely have scars for the rest of their lives. My body hurts. I nearly died today. No, I did die today. A convulsion rocks my whole body. Bad luck for everyone who got sucked into this today, but you did well, Shiro. You stopped the catastrophe, and you did it by taking a wound that would normally kill you. There's nothing to feel guilty about. The pain tries to tell me to just go to sleep. No. I can't make excuses for myself. It doesn't matter. There was a disaster and I just happened to be there, but I couldn't do anything. They're saying I saved lives. Who is saying this exactly? But I didn't save anyone. Not one person. If only this had just been a mistake. If only it hadn't happened, then my mind would be at peace and I could sleep. I'm pissed off. It's absurd. My heart complaining like this when my body's already so weak. There won't be a miracle like that. Just wishing for a do-over because things didn't go well or so terrible they should never have happened. It's pathetic. You can't take back what's already done. It's not possible and shouldn't be attempted anyway. So I can't just pretend all that didn't happen. There's only one thing I can do. Make sure I do everything I possibly can to prevent anything like that from ever happening again. Alright, that's enough sleep. I can worry about my body later. If I can move, I should wake up and hit the ground running. If my goal is to make sure no one is hurt, I'll need to push myself to the verge of death. I open my eyes. I take one deep breath, filling my lungs with air. The frigid winter air dispels my drowsiness almost instantly. I realize it's just past 6 in the morning. Boy, habits really are extraordinary things. My body must have at least partly recovered since I'm waking up at my usual time.
Yoshi.
I stand up and fold up my futon blanket. The instant I undertake such a mundane task, intense pain spikes through my left shoulder.
そりゃそうだよな。さすがにまだ治りきってないか。
It's only pain, though. This is far better than what I felt when Berserker tore out my stomach the other day. When that happened, my insides felt like they were slush, and the nausea was far more intense than the pain. I head out to the hallway. The sunlight is muted by the gloom outside. It's cloudy. Looks like it's gonna rain.
Shiro, 目が覚めたのですか?
ああ、今目が覚めた。そういうセイバーこそ今朝は早いんだな。 いつもならまだ眠ってる時間じゃないか。
Yeah, Saber's not typically up so long before breakfast.
シロ、私とて好きで眠っているわけではありません。私が朝食まで眠っているのは単に魔力を温存するためだと言ったはずです。いかにも普段から寝過ごしているという物言いはやめてほしい。
なんでさ、単にこんな早起きしていいのかって思っただけだ。
ほう、そうですか。私が早起きするのはおかしいと。
Saber sounds crabby. It's because of that Rider crab magical circle yesterday. Maybe it's my imagination. Saber doesn't seem quite as reserved as usual.
いや、おかしいとかじゃなくていいのかなって。セイバーが頻繁に眠らなくちゃいけないのは俺のせいだ。だから今朝もできる限り眠っていないといけないんじゃないのか。
当然です。ですが、それはあくまで待機状態に過ぎません。私が眠っていたのは緊急時に備えてのもの。今の状態で眠るのは道理にかなわないではないですか。
道理にかなわないってなんで？別に今は誰とも戦ってないし襲われてもいないぞ。
いえ、ですからそれは。
Saber's stumbling over her words. Seems like there's something else she doesn't want to say.
まあいいけど、今は緊急ってわけじゃないんだし、出かけるまで眠っていた方がいい。朝飯ができたら呼びに行くから、それまで力を温存しといてくれ。今日一日セイバーの力を借りることになるんだから。
I head to the kitchen.
待ってください、シロ。
なんだよセイバー、他に何か。
あなたは今何をすると言いましたか？
It said I was gonna make breakfast. I hold my breath, barely realizing I'm doing it. She's asked me something, but her eyes are preventing me from giving an answer.
そもそもあなたは安静にしなければいけない体でしょう。朝食の支度など凛がします。シローが優先すべきことは部屋で休み体を癒すことです。それが分かっていないとは言わせません。
セイバー。
Saber's being so stern because she's genuinely concerned about me.
部屋に戻ってください、シロ。眠りが必要なのは私ではなくあなたの方です。
Saber sees right through me and glares at me all the more intensely. But still, I can't let Shinji... What? What? I can't let Shinji let loose. Yeah, okay, I guess it makes sense.
いや、部屋には戻らない。もう十分休んだし、やらなくちゃいけないことがあるだろう。準備ができたら街に出よう、セイバー。今日中にシンジを捕まえるんだ。
We've got a bug to squash.
なぜですか？今日中にライダーのマスターを捕らえる理由などありません。戦うのならシローの傷が癒えてからにするべきです。それからでも遅くはないでしょう。
それは違う、セイバー。順番で言うなら俺の体なんて後回しだ。そんな暇はないんだ。シンジのやつが何をするかはお前だってわかるだろう。またあんな結界を張られる前にあいつからライダーを切り離す。サーバントがいなくなって
昨日のような犠牲者を出したくないというのですか？ライダーのマスターを倒すのではなく、ただそれだけのために戦うと。
そんなことはない。シンジには責任を取らせる。そのためにはライダーを倒さなくちゃいけないだけだ。 それに犠牲者を出さないために行動するなんていうのは当たり前だろ。そんなこと戦う理由以前の問題だ。
そうですか。マスターがそう言うのなら私は従うだけですが。
シンジを探す？別に文句はないけど、ちゃんと勝ち目があって言ってるんでしょうね、シロ。
It's after breakfast. That's Tosaka's immediate response when I say we can't just let Shinji remain on the run.
勝ち目ってシンジに対してか？
そうよ。前もって言っとくけど、賞賛もないくせに他のマスターに手を出す気だったなんて言ったら笑うわよ。
ああ、
Crap. Now that she mentions it, I've really only thought about stopping Shinji. I haven't given much thought to the details. Or any thought to the details.
ちょっと、エミヤくん、本気？
すまん。笑ってくれ。
うわ、悪いけど笑えないわ、今の冗談。
Ugh, that reaction makes it clear just how stupid I'm being. I want to curl up into a little ball and hide.
セイバー、あんたのマスターはこんなんだけど、あなた自身はどうなの？ライダーと戦うことに異論はないわけ？
ライダーと戦うだけならば問題はありません。彼女の能力は確認済みです。それはシロー本人も分かっていると思います。何しろライダーと直接対峙したのですから。
ああ、そうだっけ。ならシローにもライダーがどの程度かは分かっているんだ。
Osaka looks my way, her eyes curious. She obviously wants to know how strong Ryder is. True, I do have something of an assessment. Maybe it's because I formed a contract with a servant, or maybe it's the power of the command spells. She may not be my servant, but I have some understanding of her abilities since I've seen her fight. Ryder wasn't an especially strong servant.
ライダーはセイバーほど強くない。1対1の戦いならまず負けはしないと思う。
そうなんだ。ならちゃんと賞賛はあるんじゃない。シンジは魔術師じゃないから、ライダーはマスターからの支援を受けられない。必然的にセイバーとライダーの一騎打ちになるものね。
Osaka's right. As long as Shinji's a master, Ryder has to fight on her own. Saber shouldn't be at a disadvantage, but...
何よ、気の乗らない顔して。何か問題でもあるっていうの？
ああ、いいか登坂。それだけ戦力的に上回ったセイバーに追い詰められていたのに、ライダーはシンジを連れて逃げ延びたんだ。あれはライダーの宝具だったと思うんだが。
The arrow of light that tore through the hallway. If Saber hadn't shoved me to the ground, that wave of destruction would have completely annihilated me. If that was Ryder's ace in the hole, we shouldn't take her lightly, even if she is weaker.
つまりライダーはライダー本人より所有する宝具の方が優れてるタイプで、セイバー。シローはともかく、あなたならライダーの宝具が何であるか分かったんじゃない？目の前で使われたんだから見当ぐらいはついてるんでしょ？
面目ありません。シローを守ることに精一杯で、私もあれが何であるか確認することはできなかった。そんなことに気を割いていたら 私もシローもあの一撃に巻き込まれていたでしょう。
巻き込まれたって何？ライダーの宝具って飛び道具なの？
それに近いものでした。分類的にはリンの使う魔術に近い。あれは私の剣やランサーの槍のような対人宝具ではないのでしょう。
私の魔術に近いってそれこそ変よ。
Saber over here bluffing about having an anti-personnel noble phantasm.
セイバーの対魔術は神業じゃない。現代の魔術じゃまずあなたに傷を負わせることはできない。そのあなたが交わさなくちゃいけない魔術なんて、それは
はい。神秘はより強い神秘の前に無効化される。私の鎧を通ることができる神秘はあなたたちの言う魔法か神域に住む幻想種だけです。
魔法使い。ライダーは魔術師だっていうの？セイバ
いいえ、それほどの魔力は感じませんでした。彼女はライダーです。魔法使いがいるとすればそれはキャスターだけでしょう。ライダーの宝具はおそらく別のものだと思います。
Saber's answer gets a sigh of relief from Tosaka.
So, Castor has true magic.
What Saber is saying is that if anyone could have true magic, it would be a caster. She's not saying that caster here specifically has true magic. Just that were someone to be summoned with the capability to use true magic,
It wouldn't have been Ryder.
it would not be in a class that's not caster. Is what she's getting at. There have been 5 true magicians throughout the history of the
お
franchise.
前の鎧っていうの
and
は
I
そんなに
think we
硬いものな
know
のか。
4 of them.
魔法でなければ通らないなんて言うけど、
Or at least know the
それなら
families of 4.
ランサーのゲイボルクは魔法ってことになるが。
No.
ええ、
Lancer
確かにランサーのゲイボルクは
It's
魔
not
法に
true
近い
magic,
呪いですが、
no.
リン、シローに説明してあげてくれますか？
私？まあいいけど。要するにシローはセイバーは魔法じゃないと傷つかないと勘違いしているわけね。
あ、いや、別にそういうわけじゃないけど、ただそんなに頑丈な鎧ならすごいなって思っただけだ。
そりゃすごいわよ。セイバーに限らずサーバントってのはみんな英霊なのよ。霊体ってこともあるけど、まっとうな手段じゃ傷一つつけられない。サーバントはそれ自体が神秘だから。物理的な手段でサーバントを傷つけられるのは同じ英霊であるサーバントだけ。逆に言えばサーバント同士ならただのペーパーナイフでもセイバーを傷つけることはできる。
相手がサーバントならセイバーの鎧もそう鉄壁ってわけじゃないってことか。
そうね。けどセイバー自身接近戦の技量が優れているから白兵戦では
Tell
ま
that
ず
to
セイバー
Lancer.
に傷は負わせられない。残った手段は遠距離からの攻撃、魔術っていう飛び道具になるわけだけど、セイバーは騎士のくせにとんでもない対魔力を持ってるから大抵の魔術は弾かれてしまうのよ。バッドラックに代表される呪いなんてまず届かないし、魔力を矢として放つ直接干渉も効かない。セイバーを倒したかったら真正面からの切り合いで彼女を任さなくちゃダメってわけ。
So, you know, Kojiro. Literally just a guy. Saber listens silently to Tosaka's explanation. Saber never interrupts her, probably because everything Tosaka's saying is true.
なんだよ、そんなのインチキだ。剣技で叶わないから魔術で勝負するっていうのに、魔術そのものがセイバーに効かないならどうしろって言うんだ。なんか不公平だぞ、その話。
Yes.
Tremendously.
そうね。けどそのセイバーだって白兵戦で絶対に負けない
Yeah,
とい
just
うわ
look
け
at
でもないでし
literally
ょ。
just a guy who was, straight up beating her in a 1v1.
Did it say form a long range? I have to go back.
なんだよ、剣技で叶わないから魔術で勝負するっていうのに、魔術そのものがセイバーに効かないならどうしろって言うんだ。なんか不公平だぞ、その話。
そうね。
Uh,
けど
if
そのセイバーだっ
it's
て
more than
白
one
兵戦で
frame
絶対に
back, I
負けない
can't
というわけ
actually
でもない
look.
でしょ。
I can't be bothered to look.
バーサーカーは力だけならセイバーを上回ってるし、ランサーだって白兵戦において必殺の槍を持ってる。
Oh, it does say form a long range.
Like with a magical projectile.
残った手段は
Berserker do be stronger, and Lancer has a spear, which could ostensibly be insta-kill.
今話してるライダーだってセイバーを出し抜くほどの宝具を持ってたんだから、セイバーも完璧ってわけじゃないわ。私たちだってセイバーを倒す方法はあるもの。
Do we?
単にセイバーの耐え魔力を上回る魔術を持ってくるか、サーバントが使っている武器を借りて寝ている間に首を切るとか。サーバントの武器ならサーバント自身と同じ霊格なんだから傷をつけることは可能なはずよ。
It's an alarming example, but I get it. Saber does not look amused. Wait, but hold on, Tosaka. We probably shouldn't be talking about things like this in front of Saber.
あ、そうなんだ。じゃあライダーの宝具が特別優れてるってわけじゃなくて、サーバントの攻撃だからセイバーも守りに徹したってことなのか。
わけないでしょ。セイバーが守りに徹するのならライダー自身じゃ何をしたって追い詰めることなんて不可能よ。ライダー本人がそう優れた英霊じゃないのなら、彼女が宝具を使ったところでたかが知れているし。そうでしょセイバー。ライダーの宝具はライダー自身の能力とは関係のない武器なのよね。
おそらくライダーの技や魔力に頼らない自動的な武装、宝具そのものに効果があるものだと思います。魔術か幻想種か、どちらにせよあの魔法陣から放たれたものは圧倒的でした。直撃を受けた場合、生き延びられるサーバントなどいないでしょう。
そうなの？数値的にどれくらい？
あなたたち風に言うのなら A プラスといったところでしょうか。私個人の推測に過ぎないので断定はできませんが。
A プラス？何それ、魔法一歩手前じゃない。そんなの使われてよく学校が吹っ飛ばなかったってもんだわ。
単純に破壊するだけの宝具というわけではないのでしょう。もともとは他の用途がある宝具なのではないでしょうか。
そうだとしても厄介ね。セイバーの話じゃ A 判定どころじゃないし、瞬間的な攻撃力ならサーバント中
I
最
mean,
高ってこ
Ryder
とになる
herself
の
did
かしら。
basically say as much.
まあ確かに攻守ともに優れた宝具のようでしたが、それより私の宝具の
Oh yeah, but my noble phantasm is more impressive than hers. Saber's face is indecipherable.
It doesn't look indecipherable. It looks bored.
I don't know what just happened. Saber doesn't look amused. Well, Saber, nobody can stand around and look impressed by your noble phantasm when nobody knows who you are and you haven't used it yet.
She came close.
She did almost use it against Kojiro, yes. Against literally just a guy.
そういえば、遠坂の意見、なんか引っかかるところでもあるのか。
あ、いえ、別にそういうわけではないというか、本当はどちらが強いかなど追求するのは騎士にあるまじき行いというか。
She's acting strange. Saber seems embarrassed by her own actions and starts to mutter under her breath.
まあいいけど、それよりさ、さっき妙なことを言ってなかったか。セイバーとランサーのは対人宝具とかなんとか。
対人宝具ですか。いえ、言葉通りの意味ですが、私の風王結界やランサーのゲイボルクはあくまで人を倒すための武装です。
Okay, I guess if you're just talking about invisible air, that tracks. It's not your real MP, though.
いかに強力な魔力、呪いを帯びていたところで、その用途は対人の域を出るものではありません。
Well, I guess that makes sense. Saber's invisible sword is definitely useful in battle. But that's only effective against people. If you chopped firewood with Saber's sword, whether you can see the blade or not isn't going to affect how quickly you can chop wood. It's the same with Lancer's gay bulg. Even a cursed spear that always strikes the heart is just a sharp spear if you use it against a boulder or a house.
なるほど。だから対人の宝具ってことなのか。ならライダーの宝具は
大軍宝具ってことになるわね。そういえば父さんに聞いたことがあったわ。宝具には対人に優れたもの、
There's
大
also
軍に優れたものがある。
anti-fortress and anti-world,
簡単に言って、
but
対人宝具は弾数制限のない拳銃で、大軍宝具ってのは一発限りのミサイルってことね。
I also wouldn't say your invisible air is strictly used to defeat people, given the 99% of the time you're just using it as a fancy sheet so people won't immediately figure out your
セ
name.
イバーの剣みたいにいつも見えないなんて永続的な宝具じゃない。
Hold on a minute. A gun versus a missile. There's no contest. Sure, Saber's invisible sword is awesome, but if she goes up against a ridiculous noble phantasm like that, she'll be dead before she can even swing her sword.
つまりライダーと戦うのなら宝具を使われる前に倒せってことか。
でしょうね。宝具の打ち合いになったら勝ち目はない。ライダーとシンジを探すって言うなら、それだけは頭に入れておきなさい。大前提として、ライダーが宝具を使う前に倒すこと。戦いを長引かせれば長引かせるだけ、こっちが不利になるから。
もしくは私が戦っている間にライダーのマスターを倒せばいい。あのマスターに戦闘手段はないのだから、そちらの方が確実かもしれません。
So that's what we've come up with. Since we have no strategy to deal with Ryder's noble phantasm, we just need to defeat Ryder before she uses it. Whatever noble phantasms other servants have, we still don't want to have to deal with Ryder's.
忠告助かったよ、遠坂。俺たちは真珠を探しに行くけど、遠坂はどうする？ 留守番していてくれるか？
そうね。あなたたちがそう言うなら、私たちもシンジを探してもいいんだけど。まあ、やめとくわ。敵はライダーだけじゃないし、私たちはもともとバーサーカーを倒すために手を組んだんだしね。シローがシンジを追っている間、私は私でやることがあるから。
Osaka stands up with a frosty smile.
それじゃあね。いい結果を期待しているわ。
Anyway, peace. Saber and I head out together, leaving Tosaka at home. It's 7:30 in the morning. The hilly road is extremely quiet. The road is usually packed with students going to school, but there aren't that many people around today. Probably because all the students are in the hospital.
学校は休校だそうですね。死者が出なかったとはいえ、大半の生徒は未だ立ち上がれる体ではないということですか。
重度の栄養失調みたいなもんだからな。まともに動けるようになるまで何日かはかかるだろう。
But those are the lucky ones. There are still some whose injuries will last a lifetime.
タイガも病院に運ばれたと聞きます。見舞いに行かずともいいのですか、シロ。
ああ、藤姉のはただの疲労だと。心配しなくてもいいから真面目に家で勉強してろとさ。
Before we left, I phoned the Fujimura house and asked how Fujine was doing. I want to go visit, but I need to hold off for now.
では探索に専念するのですね。それはいいのですが、シロに当てはあるのですか。私はサーバントの気配を読み取れますが、それも近づかなければわかりません。何か手がかりがなければ探し出すのは難しいのではないでしょうか。
Not only are all the students in the school's entire faculty in the hospital, but there's also a gigantic, suspiciously laser-shaped hole in one side of the
あいつの性
school.
格から言って昨日の今日でおとなしくしているとは思えない。
Shinji's not the type to just sit back and take a beating.
ではライダーのマスターは再び結界を張ろうとすると。
間違いなくな。俺と同じであいつはサーバントに魔力を提供できない。俺たちに復讐しようとするならまず魔力を貯めないといけないだろう。なら見つけ出すのはそう難しくはないんじゃないか。
ライダーのマスターを探すのではなく結界を探すのですね。
ああ、マスターの感知はできなくてもあれだけの結界なら近づけばわかる。それに場所も特定できるだろう。大きな建物で人がたくさん集まるところを当たっていけばいい。
Big building that draws a large crowd. Waku
驚いた。
Waku Splash?
やりますね、シロ。
俺だって考えなしってわけじゃないぞ。探し出せる自信がなかったらこんなことは言い出さないよ。
Yeah, I'm confident. The bounded field is one thing, but there's a point to us walking around like this too. Shinji probably can't leave me alone any more than I can leave him alone. I head to Shinji's house. just in case. I have Saber check for Ryder's presence. She finds nothing. Well, Shinji's not the sort to just roll over and hide in his house after what's happened.
行こう。シンジが結界を張るとしたら、こっちの町じゃなくてシントの方だ。オフィス街のビルを総当たりしていこう。
I'm gonna just go start investigating random office buildings. I call Saber over and turn to leave the Mato house.
いいのですかシロ。ここはさくらの家なのでしょ。立ち寄ったのですから声をかけては。それぐらいは余裕があると思いますが。
I am worried about Sakura. According to Tosaka, Sakura was just weakened and luckily wasn't injured beyond that. If it were up to me, I'd like to see her and take care of her the way she's always taken care of me. But...
やめておく。この戦いが終わるまでは、さくらと会って戦いに巻き込むわけにはいかないからな。
Besides... I can't possibly face Sakura when I'm about to head out to fight her brother. Should the worst happen, and I actually kill Shinji, I'll never be able to face her again. I shouldn't leave any loose ends like that. It's best for me, and I'm sure it's best for Sakura, too. We check every building we find. Of course, we start with the big ones, but so far, nothing. I wipe the sweat from my brow and force my leaden limbs to keep moving. I try to calm my labored breathing by just taking a moment to rest.
シロ、何か異常でもあり。シロ、こちらへ。
ちょっと待って。そっちは公園だぞ。こっちにはまだ見てない建物が残って。
それは後にしてください。今はこちらが最優先です。
Something must have caught her attention. Saber's tone is stern and she pulls me towards the park.
セイバー、どうしたんだよ。こんなところまでやってきて。ここには何もない。そんなのセイバーにだってわかるだろう。
いいですから、そこのベンチに座ってください。話はその後で聞きます。
Saber's intense about this, so I reluctantly sit down. And then, for a moment, I almost feel faint. I hold my head with one hand. My forehead is damp with sweat, and my breathing is labored even though I'm sitting down. Hey, wait a minute. Why would I be sweating like this in the dead of winter?
おかしいな。こんなに疲れてたのか、俺。
As soon as I say that, I realize what's going on. I'm not exhausted. My wounds haven't completely healed, so they're tingling. This is unreal. No matter how much I try, I can't get my breathing under control. My body feels heavy and my legs refuse to take my weight.
ようやく自分の体に気がついたようですね、シロ。
Saber's mad. I don't blame her. I was the one who suggested searching for Shinji, but here I am, sitting on a bench.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes sitting on a bench is a wonderful distraction from all the other things going on in the world.
すまん。すぐ動けるようにするから、しばらく待ってくれ。
私が注意しているのはそんなことではありません。どうやらあなたには何を言っても無駄のようですね。
I can see that Saber's mad. What I don't understand is why.
ちょっとセイバー、きちんと言ってくれないと何が言いたいのかわからないんだが。
わからないのなら語る必要はないでしょう。いいですから、シロはそこで休んでいてください。一人で休むのが嫌なら、私もお付き合いしますから。
Saber sits right next to me. The bench isn't that big. Saber is sitting close enough to me that our shoulders might touch if one of us leans over even a little. And then we'd have to get
待てっ
married.
てセイバー。休んでる暇なんてないだろう。俺たちは遊びに来たんじゃなくて。
遊びになど来ていません。休憩も戦いのうちです。文句を言うのでしたら、まずその呼吸を整えてからにしてください。
いや、呼吸を整えろって。お前。
Sure, I'm totally worn out and I can barely breathe, but having her so close makes my heart go absolutely crazy and...
シロ、人の話を聞いていますか？今まで体に無理をさせてきたのですから、まずは肩の力を抜いて落ち着いてください。気が散っていては体が休まらないのですから。
いや、だから。
If she wants me to be calm, it'd really help if she kept her distance. I don't know how Saber feels, but I can't help but see her as a girl around my own age. Well, she may actually be younger, but she's still a girl.
Spirit from History, Shiro. You kind of have to apply vampire logic with Artoria. She may look your age or slightly younger, but you gotta figure she's literally centuries older than you.
And plus, she's beyond beautiful. No guy could stay calm this close to her, and I'm certainly no exception.
シロ、気のせいでしょうか。先ほどより顔色が悪くなってきた気がするのですが。
そんなことない。動揺なんてしてないぞ、こっちは。
Officers, the little dragon girl is actually 700 years old. Tell it to the judge, pervert. Fortunately, there were no judges in Awakening, so didn't have that problem with Noe.
それならいいのですが、やはり横になった方がいいのでしょうか。この辺りで休めるところと言ったら。
Saber looks around. Oh, what the? What are the odds of there just being some random dude lying across a nearby bench using his girlfriend as a lap pillow in a park that's usually deserted? And Saber glances at the pair of lovebirds. She's obviously thinking.
シロ、気分が悪いのでしたら横に。
Oh god. No. My Broadway musical mental catalog now has Gaston's song from Beauty and the Beast playing in my head. Because one of the lines in there is, I've been thinking, a dangerous pastime, I know. And therefore my brain is now entirely in musical land.
大丈夫、おとなしくしてればすぐに落ち着くから、余計な心配はしなくていい。しなくていいから当分ほっといてくれ。
I turn away from Saber and close my eyes. Anything to keep our eyes from locking. Think calming thoughts, Shiro. Now I just have to keep taking deep breaths and try not to think about Saber being right next to me. Or her lap being a pillow. What if I thought about fire? It took a night for the fire to die down. The searing, roaring red wall eventually disappeared.
I mean, that's certainly one way to get rid of your erection. Think about the time a million billion people died.
It was like 100. All that remained was a charred field strewn with smoldering, blackened lumber and dead children. I remember that while I lay there on the ground, the sound of it reminded me of sparklers. The sky was getting cloudy. It should rain soon. That'll help put out the fires. I could hardly even breathe as I lay there staring dazedly at the sky. Charred remains hemmed me in on all sides. Burns cover almost my entire body, and there's an especially painful sensation around my chest. My chest is gouged out. I could probably touch my own insides. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten about that. I didn't collapse because I got tired. It's not that my numb body was trying to do me a favor by letting me rest. I collapsed because I was much too hurt to keep moving. Like at all. That's why I ended up just accepting it calmly, no panic. I knew I wasn't going to make it. Everyone else was already dead anyway, so I wasn't scared. Staring up at the cloudy sky, I felt myself just sort of fading away. Yet, in the haze of fading consciousness, I decided that as long as I was alive, I'd try calling for help. Right to the end. Huh, wait, something's off. I shouldn't be remembering this pain in my chest. I jerk myself upright and tug my shirt open to check myself over.
だよな。傷なんてないし。
There's no scar on my chest. The respiratory distress that burn caused did almost kill me, but I didn't take some massive chest wound. If something like that had happened, even Kiritsugu wouldn't have been able to help me. But more importantly...
夜になってる。俺寝ちまってたのか、セイバー。
はい。よく眠っているようでしたので起こしませんでしたが、その会話あったようですね。
人が悪いな。居眠りした俺が悪いにしても、起こしてくれてもよかったじゃないか。休んで。
休息は必要な行為です。それにシローが眠っていたのは1時間程度ですから、そう問題はないでしょう。
そりゃ結果論だ。俺が起きなかったらどうするつもりだったんだよ、一体。
そうですね。あまり変わりはないでしょう。日が落ちて寒くなってきましたから、そろそろ声をかけようと思っていたところです。
まあ確かに体の調子はすごくいいけど。
I get up from the bench and start walking through the field. There's no trace of what this field once looked like. No trace of when it used to be a residential district, nor any trace of when it was cast in that hellish red light. But for some reason, I'm irritated that I dreamed that scene just because I slept here.
シロ、何か問題でもあるのですか？
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks to the first time I almost died.
ああ、いや、どうせ休むなら別の場所にするべきだったなって。ここはどうも嫌な思い出がありすぎる。
嫌な思い出。シロはこの場所に縁があったのですか？
そっか。話してなかったっけ？俺、昔はこの辺りに住んでたんだ。10年前の話だけどな。大きな火事が起きて。
では、あなたは？
ああ、キリツグの実の子供ってわけじゃない。それに、聖杯戦争と無関係ってわけでもないのかな。ここが前回の戦いの最後の場所だってのは聞いてるよ。そこで生き残った俺がマスターになるんだから、皮肉というか、縁があるっていうか。
I walk through the field. It's been 10 years, but it still seems like the ground hasn't recovered enough for even grass to grow. Maybe all the resentment of the people who died here seeped into the land itself.
Well, what's funny in that is that fire is actually not bad for plant growth.
No, but resentment is.
Well, actually, genuinely, yes. There have been all sorts of studies about like the fact that
You're supposed to like play classical music or whatever,
or just talking in a positive way to plants, because genuinely, if you say negative things to your plants, you can kill them, which I think is hilarious.
Fuck you, you goddamn worthless roses. Never did shit for anybody.
I mean, honestly, considering your mentality towards plants, I'm surprised any of the ones Mom brought over to give you something vaguely resembling a garden are still alive.
Yeah, so am I. I thought those things were gonna die like a week later.
シロ、あなたが犠牲者を出すまいとするのは、それが理由ですか？あなた自身が聖杯戦争の犠牲者だからこそ、自分のような犠牲者は出したくないと。
いや、それは。
Yes, he has a hero complex. How have you not figured this out yet?
He just wants to be Superman. Now that she mentions it, I guess I can see people coming to that conclusion.
It's not an inaccurate conclusion, Shiro.
Surprisingly, I've never thought about it like that.
Well, no, because you're a fucking idiot.
どうだろう。セイバーの言うことはもっともだけど、俺はもっと単純だと思うよ。10年前さ、ここでキリツグに助けられた時はただ嬉しかった。それ以外になかったから、自分もそうなれたらいいと憧れたんじゃないかな。
Yeah, I was just happy. Words can't even begin to describe what I felt when I called out for help and actually got it. But at the same time, the happier I was, the more guilty I felt.
けど、自分だけ願いが叶えられたってのは居心地が悪かった。俺は親父に助けられたけど、他の人たちは助けられずにずっとこのままだ。
We're both yawning. What time is it?
20 to 10.
That would do it.
Everyone wished for salvation, but only my wish was granted.
But my only wish was granted, to not die.
I only wish I just wanted to not be dead, and that I wasn't. Yay! Only I was saved.
By a total snack.
And in exchange, everyone else died.
Yeah, well, that's life.
And that's why I have to take responsibility.
No, that should really have fallen on Kiritsugu.
Survivor's guilt.
けどまあ、起きてしまったことは戻しようがないからな。 死んでいった人たちに報いたいなら、せめてこれからのことを防ぐべきだ。10年前のような惨事は起こさせない。またあんなことになったら、それこそ犠牲になった人たちに合わせる顔がないだろう。まあ俺の理由なんてその程度のものだと思う。
More importantly, we need to get back to looking for Shinji. I feel better now, and we need to hurry up and check the buildings we haven't gotten to yet. Besides, there should be fewer people around at night.
Yeah, which sometimes leads to you getting attacked and killed, but you don't remember those timelines.
If Shinji wants to attack us, this'll be the time. So if our plan is to be bait to lure him out, then it's time to get to it.
行こうか、セイバー。とりあえずオフィス街に戻ろう。セイバー、どうした？忘れ物でもあるの？
いいえ、ただ今朝のことを思い出していました。体の傷を治してからライダーのマスターを探すべきだと言った私に、シローは順番が違うと言いました。シローは昨日も同じ言葉を口にした。以前から感じてはいましたが、その時に確信したのです。あなたには自分を助けようとする気がないのだと。
No, he does not.
Correct. It's like she just stares at me and lays it out like it's a sin or something.
あなたは自身より他人を優先している。それは立派ですが、それではあなたはいつかきっと後悔する。シローはもっと自分を大切にするべきだ。
Wrong route. Saber cuts past me.
行きましょう。確かにここにいてはあなたに負担をかける。
Saber heads towards the office district. I try to call out to her, but I can't stop her.
何を？
What are you saying? That's what I want to ask her, but the words just won't come. There's no way I'm not trying to help myself. That can't be true, but somehow I can't think of a single thing to say to argue with her. We make our way through the town after dark. It's a little past 8. The station is at its most crowded hour, and Saber and I stare at the map of the town.
主だった建物は回りましたね。他に行くべき場所はありますか？
そうだな。少し離れたところに工場がある。あそこも人が集まる場所だから調べておかないと。まあ工場っていうのはシンジの趣味じゃないと思うんだが。
We do make conversation now, but it's still hard for me to look Saber in the eye. I think our conversation from earlier is still stuck in my head. Saber's acting like it didn't happen, which bothers me even more.
そういうセイバーの方はどうだ？ライダーの気配はつかめるか？
いいえ、感じません。彼女とは一度戦っていますから、近くにいれば知覚できるのですが。
An odd feeling prickles my skin. Even I can feel the wave of magical energy that washes over us. There's no way that Saber can't.
シロ、言うまでもないと思うのですが。
分かってる。近くにいるのか、セイバ
ー。いいえ、まだそこまでの距離ではないようです。ですが、確実に見られている。この魔力は私たちに対する挑発でしょう。
If we're being watched, that means they've fallen into our trap. Realizing so much magical energy, or releasing so much magical energy is an obvious attempt to lure us out.
で、この気配、ライダーなのか？
My mind changes gears. The awkwardness between Saber and me earlier disappears.
魔力をたどります。注意してください、マスター。
I nod. The wave of bloodlust I feel stinging at my skin is coming from the direction of the office district as it slowly empties of people. Not spiritual pressure. We're hosed if it turns out Aizen or Kenpachi are around. Yeah, that'd be a problem. Today of all days, maybe there will be nobody working overtime. In Japan? No chance of that, bud. Most of the lights in the windows of the building Most of the lights in the windows of the building, seen as the heart of Shinto, are dark. The building, yes, okay, gotcha. There aren't many people on the sidewalks, and we have a pretty clear view of the building. I don't see anyone suspicious. If Shinji's anywhere, he'll be up ahead. Maybe in the park we just left? I feel the bloodlust growing more intense. The enemy's nearby. Or more like... a chill runs up my spine. If even I can feel this aura of bloodlust, then we're probably already in enemy territory.
セイバー、気をつけろ。何か変だ。
ええ、シローの感覚は正しい。このように人目のある場所で仕掛けてくるとは思いませんが、相手が相手です。用心に越したことはありません。
We both nod in silent agreement and make our way toward the murder park. It's probably best to ignore the oppressive sense of a knife being pressed to my throat. Shinji and Ryder are nowhere around the office district. If they're going to attack, it's probably going to be somewhere in the park, where there won't be anyone else around.
シロー、
セイバー、
Mind Crush! I turn towards Saber. She rushes toward me like a bolt of lightning and blocks a blow aimed straight at my head. I look up. A massive building towers overhead. Clinging to the side of that building like some kind of spider is Ryder. Her hair is long enough to cover her entire body, her limbs supple and white. The masked woman is indeed our enemy. Ryder! She licks her lips as she stares down at me. The hairs on the back of my neck stand on end. There's no mistaking it. She came spiraling down from the top of the building. Excuse me.
you.
Aiming to take my head in a sneak attack from our blind spot. Saber has destroyed another set of clothing and lands on the ground. In the time it took for her to rush in to block Ryder's attack, she summoned her armor.
セイバー、あいつは。
追います。シローはここにいてください。
追うってどうやって？
Like how Shiro keeps thinking Shinji will probably do X because that's the smart thing to do. As if Shinji wasn't the biggest dumbass in the entire Ground War. Saber kicks off from the ground. She disappears into the sky with a glint of silvery armor. Ryder clinging to the side of the building like that is absurd enough, but Saber leaping skyward in pursuit of her is just outright ridiculous. No, they're servants. Normal logic doesn't apply here.
And yet you keep forgetting that. You keep assuming that Saber plays by people rules.
Like Ryder, Saber moves along the side of the building, striking at her with dizzying speed. The two shadows clash and cross against each other. The sight of the two of them fighting overhead, darting along the building as they climb into the air is like watching two fighter jets. All the while, Oh, wait, save. Because this one actually matters.
That's just the start of
Yeah,
the
that's
day,
the
right?
start of day 10. Yep. Alright, which one do you suppose is the death?
I'm assuming try and help Saber is death.
No, that's the correct answer.
Really?
Yeah, we just need to sit here. If we just sit here, die. So anyway, time to just chill. Saber's got this. It's frustrating, but I should stay here. I can't run up the side of the building, and even if I go after Saber, I wouldn't be able to help her much anyway.
That should be the accurate answer.
Yes, but as I've told you, the
I
only way to win at
know.
this game is to do the absolutely ridiculously stupid thing.
I know. Doesn't mean I like it, but I do. I've heard you say it. I've processed that it's been said.
Saber.
No human should get involved in a battle between servants.
Correct.
All I can do here is believe in Saber and wait for her. Like a good little boy. The next 60 seconds pass with agonizing slowness. After a few moments, I see sparks erupt overhead.
屋上だったのビルの屋上まで上がったのか
I strain my eyes, trying to follow Saber's movements.
And while I'm distracted watching Saber, Shinji just stabs me in the back.
Yeah, it would be a Shinji move, wouldn't it? The pair of figures, one black, one silver, never stops moving, and then disappears after climbing a few hundred more meters. A few hundred more meters.
Uh-huh.
How tall is this fucking building? What should I do? Should I sneak into the building to get to the rooftop now? Like a few hundred meters is like 100 feet.
Mhm.
That's like 10 stories.
Mhm.
I may not be able to scale the side of the building, but if I can get to the rooftop where the ground will be stable. Then lightning happened.
And fishes died.
Suddenly the water's parting. The fishes
Fishes
died. A blindingly bright light bursts atop the roof. And not just once. It flashes again and again like successive shots in the steady rhythm of a pendulum swinging back and forth.
まさか
Ryder's Noble Phantasm? If it is, Saber doesn't have a chance. We weren't supposed to let Ryder use that. Saber winning hinged on that.
セイバー
No time to be indecisive. I grit my teeth at my own inadequacy and sprint back toward the building.
Oh, so do nothing really means wait until he starts realizing noble phantasms are happening, panics, and gets himself noble phantasmed to death. Understood. She'd have been fine. She dodges everything, Shiro.
She didn't dodge Gay Bulg that one time. She did get stabbed by it.
Yeah, but it didn't kill her.
Correct, but she did get stabbed by it, so she didn't dodge it. I rush up the stairs. She also didn't dodge Berserker.
Right.
Sneaking in was easy. Getting to the rooftop? Yeah, not so much. The elevator only went up to the 40th floor, so now I have to run up the stairs the rest of the way.
What sort of building doesn't have an elevator go all the way to the top?
What building have you ever been in that has an elevator that goes all the way to the roof?
I mean,
None. Not a single fucking building.
no, but at least, but I'm thinking about, like, for example, CN Tower, where genuinely getting to the roof from where the highest elevator takes you is maybe a couple flights of stairs.
Right, so he still has to run upstairs the rest of the way.
Yeah,
The
but
elevator only went up to the 40th floor.
Yes,
It didn't go to the roof.
But as the building was described to us, there's reason to believe that there are easily like a significant number of stories up.
Right, at least 10. And we're on floor 40, so we've accounted for the 10 stories we definitely knew about.
Yeah, I can't help but in my mind picture he's now trying to like run up another
15
20,
flights of stairs, yeah.
15, 20 flights of stairs.
こんなことで時間を取ってられないってのに。
Do you have a better idea? The lights are out, but I keep running up the darkened staircase. Oh, this isn't him getting killed by a noble phantom. He
It's
just
him
trips
tripping
and
and
falls
falling down
down
the
50
stairs.
flights of stairs. It's been 5 minutes since I sneaked inside. A normal battle would have ended by now. Oh shit. The ground shakes. The 50-story skyscraper rocks like a bomb's just gone up.
So we going up another 10 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
なんだ今のライダーのホグじゃないぞ。
Just one more flight of stairs until I reach the rooftop.
Oh, is he gonna accidentally get himself killed by Saber's noble phantasm? Is he just about to walk into her murdering him?
One more flight of stairs. I try to shake off this ominous feeling and focus entirely on reaching the top of the stairs. The instant I open the door, a rush of heat sears my cheek. Scorching hot wind rushes in at me.
一体何が。
What the hell is happening here? The concrete roof is pocked and scorched. The air is so dry nothing could survive up here.
Oh, Saber killed your parents. Oh, so now Saber's gonna be the one racked with guilt. Because she knows you survived the fire.
セイバー。
Don't worry, Saber's fine. Saber did this.
Saber is sprawled on the ground at the heart of it all, exhausted.
セイバーしっかりしろセイバー。
Saber's fine. She's just exhausted because she's not supposed to use her noble phantasm. Because it'll drain too much of her energy and she'll go poof. She's fine. She's just gonna poof. That's all.
I rush over to Saber and gather her into my arms. She's still breathing. Saber's unconscious and she's breathing heavily from the wound she's sustained.
セイバー。
Saber's alone. Ryder's nowhere to be seen. What happened doesn't matter. The outcome is clear enough. If Ryder were still here, she wouldn't just leave Saber alone, weakened as she obviously is. Which means the only survivor, the victor, is Saber. Ryder was defeated, but the effort of beating her must have left Saber unconscious.
我慢しててくれ。すぐに連れて帰って遠坂に見てもらうからな。
I lift Saber up. She's so light. Saber weighs no more than an illusion. She lets out an anguished sigh.
And disappears.
終わったわよ。和室に寝かせてきたけど、あの分じゃしばらく目を覚まさないでしょうね。
すまん、助かった。俺にはセイバーを手当てするなんてできないからな。
まあ鎧を脱がせて楽にさせただけだからお礼を言われるほどじゃないわ。セイバーの体も良くならないし私は何もしてないもの。
But I'm still glad Tosaka was here. The moment I arrived home carrying Saber, Tosaka understood what was going on. Tosaka wasted no time in removing her armor and checking her injuries.
So, それで何があったの？
Ryder.
シンジを探しに行って帰ってきたと思ったらセイバーがあれでしょ。一腹あったのはわかるけど説明してくれないかしら。
それが俺 俺にもわからない。セイバーとライダーが戦って生き残ったのはセイバーだってことしか。
ふん。詳しく知りたいところだけど、追求するのは勘弁してあげるわ。今、
それどころじゃないってどういうことだ？
言葉通りの意味よ。あなただってうすうすは気づいてるんでしょ。このままじゃセイバーが消えるってことぐらい。
She says it so calmly. Tosaka just casually brings up the one thing I've been trying so hard to avoid.
消えるって、セイバーが消えるっていうのか？お前は。
ええ、どんな戦いをしたのか知らないけど、セイバーの魔力ほとんど空っぽなのよ。今彼女が苦しんでいるのはね、魔力不足で消えようとしている自分を必死に留めているからなの。
魔力がないからセイバーが消える？
ええ、霊体であるサーバントがこの世に留まるための魔力が足りていない。
Quick, Reen, can't we just do the mana transfer thing?
こんな時普通のマスターだったら自分の魔力を送るんだけど、あなたはそれができないでしょ。
You just suggest the thing, Reen.
今のセーバーは酸素不足であえいでいる魚みたいなものなのよ。
酸素不足ってバカな。
It's okay, we have laser dolphins
だ
now.
って
Everything's
今
fine.
までは大丈夫だったじゃないか。
What?
セイバーだって
Don't worry about it.
眠っていれば持ち直すって。
それはセイバーの魔力量が桁外れだったからよ。けどそれもここまで。魔力を使い切ったサーバントを元に戻す方法は2つだけ。
Uh-huh,
マ
yep.
スターがサーバントに魔力を提供するか、サーバントが自分で魔力を補充するかよ。
Oh, this would be CG dragons, not laser dolphins. Gotcha. That would mean killing innocent people like Ryder.
まさかセイバーはそんなことはしない。セイバー自身がそんなことはしないと言ったんだ。
でしょうね。けど方法はそれしかない。マスターが魔力を与えられない以上、サーバント自身が魔力を補充するしかないわ。これはあなたが決めることだけど、セイバーを助けたいのならセイバーに人を襲わせて魂を食べさせなさい。
And you'll probably have to use a command spell to do it. That's the most realistic method, but that's...
もちろんセイバーは嫌がるでしょう。けど放っておけば遅かれ早かれセイバーは消えて、あなたは他のマスターから狙われることになる。
Saber's going to disappear? I can't even consider that. I still remember the warmth of her body when I was carrying her.
決断はあなたに任せるわ。セイバーは眠らせておけば落ち着くだろうけど、それでも限界は近いでしょうね。決断をするなら明日の朝がリミットよ。
Tosaka leaves the living room. I feel dizzy. I can't even lift my head, and the only thing I can do is listen to the sound of her footsteps fading down the hall. Oh, give it a save. Apparently this bad end goes into day 11, so that's kind of interesting. Anyway, well, I guess see the title card.
Well,
Since
I,
you
I
didn't
just want it to be my birthday. Is that so wrong?
11, dragon slaying.
Alright.
朝。
That said, though,
Yep,
it is end of the game o'clock.
a little bit over, actually. Yeah.
I mean, at the very least, I don't have to be in to work at my normal start time tomorrow because I'm only working 2 hours anyway. So I can sleep in.
I can't, but it's also going to be a pretty light week, so I'm not really concerned. Anyway, next week will still be this year, yes? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Not the last one for the year. Dragon Slaying. Yeah, Siegfried isn't even here. Yeah, I know. Weird, right? Anyway, yeah, next week, this death and then back to the top of the tower for the fucking cool thing. Because we actually get like a proper, real-ass servant fight where it's not just a servant fighting some guy. Like, it's actually two servants having a real servant fight. So, get hype. Till then.
We'll catch you guys next time.